What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Socially Irresponsible Podcast. My name is Damien, a.k.a. Maverick.
I'm a fan of man.
I'm a fan of him.
The damn devil's advocate. Next to me, right across from me, we got our two hosts. This is a male cast today. Cox only. We got KK, Mr.
What's up with you? Funny.
What's going on, KK? What's good, baby?
Everything good, man. What's up with you?
Shit, real good. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm back. I feel like I've been gone for a minute.
You've been gone for about 14 days.
It's been 2 weeks?
It's been about from the last about 13 days. Sunday to Sunday, Sunday to Saturday.
I'm back, though. That's all that matters.
And that's all we need. And also we have Mr. Adrian Rivers. We need to get I want to get that problematic. What do you have for yours?
Oh, yeah. That's, I don't know. I'll have somebody put something together.
You have your Ilmac something. I know you're going to get something real clever, right?
Yeah, I'll do that. Problematic. I like that.
Yeah, so we'll get that when it comes up on there. We'll introduce you because you're going to be here for a while. We're going to bring you in and out.
All right.
What was going on, Mr. Rivers?
Not much, Different toilet, same shit.
Nigga, wipe your ass, nigga. Well, again, like I said, thank you. Welcome back.
Thanks. Good
to be
back.
Goddamn.
Always fun.
Always fun, goddamn it.
Keep it interesting.
And also off behind the scenes.
The great and powerful.
Bree, what's good?
What's up?
We got the call 6 sex operator over here.
Hey, look, I'm tired of you talking about it's an all male show over here. What about me? My chopped liver or what?
Nah, you're in the back.
She's like, the voice still counts, though.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
I'm still here.
Jermaine or Tito or something like that. Like you're here, but you're not. Nah, I'm just joking. We couldn't have everything popping off like it does pop off without her. She has been in addition to the show. That was one of the better things we came up with, I'd say. And she keeps everybody in the comments rolling and going. She brings y'all live to the show, even if you can't be here. If you want to call in and have any comments that you want to add to the show, let her know. Let Miss Oz know in the comment section. She'll give you a way of how to get a hold of us. If you are just hearing this, WhatsApp is how we're doing it, okay? We're going to contact WhatsApp. We're going to make WhatsApp sponsor us. Okay, we're going to have a sponsor, goddamn it, one of these days. And then, but download WhatsApp and then just call. She'll give you the number and just call in that way, okay? But shit, how's y'all's week? Adrian, KK, you just came from Dallas, right?
Yeah, I was in Dallas with went to visit my oldest daughter for the week.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we came back. We got back Thursday or Wednesday night. And my son graduated yesterday, so.
How did that happen? What's up with that? Like,
with him?
He just walked the stage, or he just?
Shit, they told us Wednesday. That's why we came back. They were like, we can't. The stadium is a no go because of Corona. It's just gonna be virtual and online. I was like, all right. So we had a party at my cousin's house.
Okay, so all y'all just got Corona then, not everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
So we had a good time. Got him. We baptized his little ass. He was a little lightheaded. It happened. So
What'd he get?
He was on like Jose Cuervo. I mean, he's 21.
Was that his first drink ever on Jose?
My oldest was like that. That's just how I do. Like
no, but why Jose? Why don't you talking about like rum, Malibu or something?
No, I'm not gonna give him that. He gotta be drinking, man.
Baptized by fire.
Goddamn Malibu.
Come out
splash
the
of orange juice.
Yeah, we're gonna come out the gates with some shit.
Nah, he had a bottle of. We got a bottle of the apple Ciroc, and then he was taking shots of that. So
that nigga was on.
He was lit.
And
I swear that motherfucker is me, man. Like he the funniest motherfucker, man. I'm like, okay, you gonna be a funny drunk.
That's the one that's supposed to come hoop with us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's what, 6'9", 105 or some shit like that?
Might be 6'4", but he only weigh about 130.
Yeah, he got drunk off fumes, nigga.
Yeah, he built like Kevin.
Inhaled it.
Yeah.
He got drunk off contact.
Yeah, we had a nice little time. Though. He had a couple of his homeboys come over. We had family there, so.
Well, that's what's up. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what's next for him?
That's two. He's going to go to Houston, Tennessee. So
okay,
there's gonna be 2 at the house. 1 more to go, man.
Houston, Tennessee.
It's in Austin.
It's
HBCU.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'm jealous of that shit. I wish I would have went to an
HBCU.
That one.
Yeah.
That one. I really wish I would have went to one. I mean, I went to Texas Tech and I went to Texas.
Which
State.
one would you went to? If you had your pick.
Any, to be honest with you, I went by. I think it was North Carolina State. I think it is. That's
AT&T, right? Is it? What's North North Carolina?
I think it was North Carolina. I've been by there.
It ain't
and
North Carolina State because that's the Gamecocks, right? No, not that's South
or
Carolina.
or the
North
Virginia
Carolina
State.
is-
Or the Virginia State. One of those two.
Which one is North Carolina State?
I just wish I would have had that experience.
At a black.
I mean,
ABC.
as far as with the list, I know I went by, it was either Virginia State or North Carolina State. I don't know which one it was, but I went by the campus and I just saw a plethora of booties. I saw just the whole
That's at
environment.
every campus though.
No, that one was different. We was on the East Coast. It was different. And
Alright.
it was just dope, man. But like just the experience, because I heard from someone that went there, one of Mike, my cousin Mike, his neighbor, son went to, what are the two? Morehouse, I think it was Morehouse. That's
Morehouse
in
is
Atlanta, right?
One of the, yeah, that's Atlanta.
So he went there, and he said when they went through, the freshmen go through orientation. It's like a big thing. It's like all the upperclassmen are like had a line for you. You walk through it. They chant for you. They teach you, and then like the whole week is like a haze week for a frat, but it's just a whole introduction to what you're about to get into with the school, and that was just at that university.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how it is at all of them, but me being a black man at 18, I think that would have been, I would have been a nigga before. You know, it would have happened at 18 instead of, you know, I realized when I got called nigga the first time on Texas Tech campus, I realized, oh, I'm a black guy this year.
Yeah.
You know, it would happen
Not
earlier.
in Madison no more. Dark.
But nah, it was it would have been something I would have loved to do.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Did you go
No,
HBCU?
I went to UTSA, so that's here in San Antonio.
That's totally not HBCU.
Not at all.
Not even close. Would you have liked to have gone to one?
I wanted to actually. I had
What was
for
your
a long
choice?
time Howard. I wanted to go to Howard University, and just at the time, finances and travel just it wasn't a possibility. So, figured, hey, fuck it, just get my degree. Can always pursue my post grad at one of those schools at some point. So
Okay. Howard, that's
DC area.
Virginia, right?
yeah,
ain't that the one that DJ Envy and them are always talking about that he went to or whatnot?
Envy went there.
Howard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
Diddy went there too. No, he did.
who?
Fuck that.
Oh, I thought you said Dee Dee. Because remember we went over that shit and she lied and said she went to Howard. I was like, nigga, you know she lied about that shit, right? I thought she went to St. Philip's, nigga. But associates.
Neely Murphy.
Diddy went there too?
To where?
Diddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we telling the truth?
Telling the truth,
Okay.
man. That's where he went. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm saying you playing Diddy music and shit. Every time my name pop up, so I was like, nah. I was like, nah, he went there too.
That nigga right there. What so when your kids are gone. They're graduated, right?
yeah.
Okay. And you have one that just left.
My oldest been gone for shit 5-6 years.
And then one just graduated. You got one more in the house.
Yeah.
So they was talking about this week the schooling.
Yeah.
And they're giving us options. I had no idea about it. I don't pay attention to that shit so early. And y'all was talking about what was the
Nigga,
conversation?
It's July. What you mean early?
Nigga, well, I mean, I
We'll
don't,
start in a few weeks. He said, you wait till all that. You need a backpack.
I'm that nigga.
Man, I went to school with nothing.
I'm that nigga.
Take an old folder you got in your room.
Is that wrong? Am I doing something? Is that too late? I don't know.
Yeah, but
I wait. We
It
wait
was
until
too late.
we the guys that go in the HEB like the night before school.
be shit in there.
And no, they just restock. They just restock, and then I don't like going that first rush though. You know what I mean? That first rush be hectic trying to get some goddamn.
There's no rush if you do it ahead of time, though. That's what he's saying. Like, get that shit done.
But
with.
the sale doesn't
No
happen
rush.
ahead of time. The sale happens
you
like.
can't save too much
You
money
gonna
on
save like,
paper.
yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna save like $7.
Can y'all let me handle my finances?
Yeah, I was
Please?
like talking about paper.
Can y'all let me handle my finance the way I purchase my crayons and magic markers? Goddamn, y'all don't know my life. Y'all don't know my struggle. It's been the Rona's been real in my
I
household.
believe it.
They sent some of that shit home though from last year, so you should have some.
I
Your
know-
kids didn't come home with nothing?
I never gonna go pick that shit up. I ain't. I have to go pick that shit up. I left that shit at the school. I don't know where.
But you
that
don't know
shit
my
is.
finances, but you won't go pick the extras up.
Gas money, bro. I had to weigh some crayons that I got for 25 cents, some HEB Buddy crayons, or some gas. I had to weigh the options, man. What So what's the thing
So
going
we
on
got
with
a
school?
I thought it was I just realized it was a survey, but it gave you choices though. Your kid can go Monday through Friday, she can go Tuesday. She can do it from home Tuesday and Thursday, and go to school Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So those are the options.
So at home, period. No school. Or just pick.
Well, you can go home. Yeah, you can do home for the whole week, school for the whole week, or 2 days on campus, 3 days at home.
What y'all gonna do?
Her mama gonna be home, but she working from home because of this shit, so she gonna be home.
Okay.
The only way I would send my child to school is if we both working out of the house.
And no other
We
option.
ain't got no other option. But other than that, she gonna be at home.
How old's your daughter?
11.
Okay, so she ain't at the point where she could be home by herself.
Nah.
Responsibly.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta.
But not with me on FaceTime the whole time where I'm at. I gotta hit that donut. I gotta turn the fuck around.
Get your ass in that camera. I can't see you.
I'm, like the two oldest, I wasn't that overprotective. Like, get the fuck out the house. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm very overprotective.
Why?
I don't know.
This is what it is.
It's just what it is.
I got a 10 and 11-year-old,
Yeah.
and with that whole dynamic, I don't know. I probably would do. I would do homeschool if I could, just because it's just the Rona, man. You don't know what it is, and it'd rather be safe than sorry instead of sending your kids out there to die.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure
Kind of what it comes down to right now, which is wild because, you know, you'll see these officials, the politicians, the one making the decisions for everybody. They don't want to interact with people because the shit's still very much kicking. But they're like, "Look, we're gonna send your
School,
kids
guys.
back.
go to school.
It's cool. It's all good."
They're young. They're the ones that'll survive. They're healthy. We're the old ones, so it's like it's so much bullshit. Because the thing with the Rona is everybody knows it's changed.
Right. It keeps what's
Evolving
the word? Evolving.
shit,
It's
yeah.
Yeah. And then I had someone tell me about the you know, the long-term effects that has on our body. I'm like, nigga, this shit's a month old. Like, how are you gonna tell me what the long-term effects are if there are no long-term effects? Kind of like with the vaping. How people were vaping and then vaping is better than cigarettes.
Yeah.
Come
They
to
had to
find
study
out,
no long-term effects.
They had-
Shit's new.
they had no information. And then all of a sudden, 10 years later, them motherfuckers is dying faster than people who actually smoked regular cigarettes. So it's like, how can you describe and tell me about the long-term effects of anything if this shit is Corona-19, like COVID-19 is just not even a year old. So they don't know. So I don't know. They don't know. So I'm just gonna sit back and just chill, keep my kids at home, leave the crayons and the markers and the Sharpies and shit at the school. I'm not gonna pick that shit up, and I'm just gonna call it a day, right? Fuck it, right?
I'm just waiting to hear them commercials. Did your job make you work during Corona? 'Cause I was out there, man. I'm getting that motherfucking
You
salary.
may be entitled to compensation.
Yeah. Let's get it. Where I sign up?
This nigga trying to get that class action and shit.
Look,
Some of these companies are
I'm
going to end
signing
up fucking
my-
around. They didn't take it seriously.
playing
When people
with
fuck
fire.
around and die. Yeah.
You think it'll get to that to where?
they playing with fire, man.
I'm almost positive in 10 years, because the main reason is because it was such a huge thing where CDC, World Health Organization, all these professional, health organizations are like, no, take this more serious. And companies are like, nah, we need to stimulate the economy. So they're ignoring recommendations. That's why I think they're going to definitely be susceptible to lawsuits in the long term. Definitely. Because they were warned. They knew, and they were like, fuck it, do it anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I hope nothing bad happens to anybody here or out there listening or just people, period. Of course, things have already happened. There's a story that I really want to bring up and talk about, but I'm not, because it's one of those too early situations. And I don't even know I brought it up to you guys.
I don't know why you. I hate when people like that's like.
I don't want to say nothing, but I'm about to say something.
There's two things I hate. I hate repeating myself. And I fucking hate when people do that shit. Man, I gotta tell you something. Not right now.
Just say it. And if more details come out later, we
Yeah.
get into it again.
Well,
Just
okay,
say
fine.
it.
Okay, Bree, you heard about it was that dude, John D.
No,
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Never mind.
You just telling me a name and you're not telling me nothing. So
No, he's from not from the wreck, but from when we were growing up. You know what I'm talking about?
no,
I had no idea.
no idea.
Ah, shit.
Don't
John
wait
D.
for it to come up.
John D.
Wait for the story then.
John D.
Next topic.
You don't know who I'm talking about.
Come back to it.
John
She
D.
don't know.
I don't know who John D is.
Whatever, man.
Why you get mad?
Huh?
You get mad?
No, because I
You're
figured.
supposed to read my mind.
I know.
No, because she's the
What's wrong
person
with
that
you?
knows people that I don't know.
Like, you got to tell me a little bit more. You tell me a name, I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, whatever. We'll talk about it later. But so something that's also happened recently in the news. Of course, I like to cover these little stupid stories, and I think this one will get Mr. Adrian. So,
Get me?
I mean,
It's gonna get me.
I don't know to get you. Hopefully, it'll rile you up a little bit. I like riling this guy up. You know, Shia LaBeouf. How you say his name? LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf. That sounds good. Sounds better than what I was trying to say. I like him as an actor. I mean, I think he's not like a big time actor.
He's not Al Pacino, but he's made his name.
He's very versatile.
He's an A-lister, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say he's a low A-lister.
He's still A-lister, though.
But you think so?
Yeah, he did Transformers. He ran a lot.
He's a B-list. He's a very versatile in the roles that like the dramatic roles that he does. Anyway, so he has a new movie coming up, right? And I'm gonna show y'all the clip of the movie. I think it's gonna be a dope ass movie. Check it out.
You heard of me? What have you heard?
I heard you're the devil.
I might be.
Come on, fool.
Good, eh?
Every gang in LA has to pay their taxes.
What's up, Holmes? Wake up.
If you're stack short, go rob a bank. Rob your own mother. There's no excuses. Do not test that.
Whoa, hey, whoa. Guys look like a couple of monsters.
Going to hell, man.
Yeah, but I'm at peace with that.
Son las 12 de la madrugada, mirándome en el espejo.
What's up, Johnny Cash? How about that time you gave me like 3 different STDs?
Are you kidding? Just kidding.
She's kidding.
You got your wife, you got your kids, you got your castle.
Daddy!
I'm supposed to terrorize the herd. That's my function.
God allows me to walk through the darkness and come back into the light.
What did you see in me?
I heard that you were this big bad gangster.
You're taxing 43 different street gangs. That's thousands of dudes in the most violent subculture in Los Angeles.
The count's short.
Who are you? I'm the future, and you the past.
Got your kids. You want to buy them back?
You don't think he wants to spill blood? He wants to cut your heart up.
Can't run for what's left.
I got a 380 on each ankle, 38 on my right, 25 on my left, chopper in the trunk, Glock in my belt. I'm on it.
Took my kids, man.
I'm riding with you till the wheels fall off.
You're bad. You ain't that bad, all right?
Open your mouth.
He'll splatter your brains out. I don't want that.
I do. I want that.
What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts of the Hispanic Training Day, Gangster Training Day?
So I heard a little bit about this already. So I need confirmation before I really give my opinion on that specifically.
So what'd you hear?
Because I heard that he wasn't playing a Latin person. I heard that he's playing a white guy who just grew up in that neighborhood.
Okay.
So that would change
the whole narrative.
The narrative, right, on whether or not this is a case of brown face or if he's, just he grew up in that area, so that's
Miklo.
The shit he's involved in, right?
Blood in, blood out.
Yeah, Miklo. Hey, so this one right here, so this is Shia LaBeouf in this movie. So he has a whole frontal tattoo. I don't know if it's like the Virgin Mary or whatever the tattoo most Hispanics get, like the machete or whatever his name is, guy has. But he actually got this tattooed on his body for real, in real life. This isn't like just artwork that you wipe off after the movie. He literally got a whole frontal tattoo of this on his body. He's a, what do you call those actors that are
not method actor, but
method actors, something like that. They really gets into the role. He lost a lot of weight for this role. When we were looking at this up, he actually pulled out teeth for a role and cut his face with like real cut to play a war movie role. We read reports that he didn't shower for weeks for roles. As an army movie he had. He was in a bunker, the movie in a bunker, so he didn't shower for weeks so he can get the real feel of how it is to be in a bunker and just mentally put himself in that role. So he really gives all to his role, to his roles when he has the dramatic shit, which I think is dope. You don't get that a lot from actors. But on that movie you saw, there was a big the whole he was brown facing was the conversation. So a lot of people were pissed off about it. Right. And as you said, he's not really brown face, just a white dude.
From what I heard, but because I obviously have not seen the movie, I don't know those specific details. There's just, internet shit that people are talking right now on whether or not it was an actual brown, he's playing somebody who is supposed to be Latin, or if, like I said, it's just, a white guy who grew up in that neighborhood or what the fuck ever.
Just him playing gangster, though. I don't even watch that shit.
You don't think that'd be a good movie?
I mean, I get he acting, but it's just certain people, like, remember Baby Boy?
Yeah.
Like, the other dude, like, nigga, you was on the smart guy. Like, nigga, you got on flannels.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Even like
it's hard to buy him in that role.
Like Braxton when he was on the, with the do-rag.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you Braxton, dog. Unbelievable, nigga. Like, I don't believe the shit. Like, you.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing about acting in movies is you're supposed to make me believe you in it. And if you've been
Transformer and Disturbed, I don't believe that's you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some shit I wouldn't even watch.
I think that one's gonna be dope. And I don't want to say I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know his upbringing according to the character in the movie. But as you see in the beginning, he had a very thick Hispanic accent in some parts. Of course, he lost it in some other parts. But he had that accent as if he's playing Hispanic dude. Has the same cut, the tattoo. Again, he could be a white dude growing up in that area.
Like, I mean, you could name a handful of white rappers, that grew up in Houston.
Yeah.
The way they talk, everything about them is going to be a little different.
Riff Raff.
That's. I don't think he was one of them.
Paul Wall or something. Yeah.
Riff
Raff.
Oh,
he is from Houston.
I feel like
I
don't know where he's from.
Everything. He from Houston.
Was he?
Yeah.
He just.
Nah, he was too much for me.
I
definitely felt like he was like new millennium blackface for me.
Yeah,
I didn't like Riff Raff and all that shit.
He's too extra.
Yeah,
I punched that nigga in the shit.
Nah.
But yeah. So as you're saying, like, of course, he could really be according to the character in the movie. Now, going on to the brown face, the conversation that I want to have is everything, as we talked about before, everybody makes something. Like, everything is something. It's not just like it is as I don't think this would be blackface, brown face.
If he's a Latin person in the movie, it's absolutely brown face.
Well, it's brown face by definition, but it's not one of those insulting type situations. I wouldn't think.
Okay, so what do you feel like has to be done for it to be insulting?
It has to be insulting. Like, he's insulting. It has to be.
You're already playing a stereotype.
Yeah.
So it's not just. There's all types of Latin people in America. So you're already playing a negative stereotype because you're a gangster, right?
But it's playing a role, right?
Let me run it down because these are things that people would consider insulting. So there's the thick accent, which not every Latin person has.
Okay.
Right. Then there's the other element on insulting is that you're taking away from Latin actors because why couldn't you hire a Latin actor to play a Latin actor?
Okay.
I think that's the real problem behind these things is that whenever you have a white person doing their performative interpretation of a caricature of what they think a Latin person is or a black person is or whatever role they're playing that they are not, that's what's the problem. That's the insult, is that you don't think we know how to be ourselves. You think you know what we are better. That's where the insult comes from.
But where does acting come into play? Like, at this point, I'm an actor, right?
That's what I said. He's an actor.
I'm a fucking actor. I just
don't believe that role. I mean, I'll watch it when it come out, but not.
You're not gonna spend the money for it.
I ain't gonna pay to watch that shit.
So you feel like he's an actor, right? So
yeah, that's
as an actor, I can act as whoever I need to act, and it's kind of cool because when you act different roles that you're not normally casted as, and you do a very good job, that's when you become a good actor. That's when people are like, God damn, he has depth. But so when you're acting another role, changing your accent, changing your demeanor, your style, isn't that what you want in a good actor?
No, not at that cost. I think.
But at what cost?
I think changing your emotional range, you can act as any number of things because a white person can be a sad person, a happy person, a angry, a gangster. White people can be all of these things without being a whole different race or ethnicity.
Okay.
So I don't see how that changes your ability to show range as an actor.
So your issue is basically him just being a white guy playing a Hispanic character.
Right. That's what that means. That's what the idea behind blackface or brownface is that that's not you. Why are you taking away, one, from Latin actors, and two, imitating your version of our ethnic or cultural background.
Like, who sent him the script? Like, hey, this is gonna be good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you think him to play that role?
I don't think. I mean, I think a lot of the liners the one-liners they had in the movie were dope. I think this has the potential. It's nothing but another Training Day at the end of the day. That's kind of
what
all
it looked like.
LaBeouf is Denzel, and the other Hispanic dude is Ethan Hawke. That's all it is. And Shia LaBeouf isn't even the main character. So everyone else in this movie is Hispanic, except Shia LaBeouf. Right. Of course, you're a director, you're making a movie, you're going to need a big name to kind of put this movie out because it's a movie.
But the work speaks for itself on this, though. You didn't have to have him. Like, it was actually a good.
I mean, it looked
entertaining.
Yeah.
It looked like it was gonna be good, but I'm saying, like, I don't believe that that's him. You know.
I can't wait to see it till I can't. I'm blah blah.
And the crazy thing about it, they had all the Latin gangsters from all the movies. I don't know if you noticed, like, all of them was in here.
Yeah. The normal ones.
The normal ones that you see in all the fucking movies, they in here. Like,
there are big name Latin actors.
And
so it's not like you had to bring in
the
him.
first one he pointed the gun at. That motherfucker is a crazy Latin gangster in every movie he in. Man.
I'm excited about this one because I just want to see how he does. Like, I like movies to see what they turn out. It's not necessarily I want to look at a movie and be like, oh, I automatically like it. I'm the guy that wants to check it out and kind of see where it weighs. And then with that, like I said, it comes to this. Like, when it comes to blackface, like, what is actually blackface? Like, blackface is a very simple conversation. Someone painting themselves another color to match the character, right? It's simple blackface. I mean, that's a basic. That's not the idea behind blackface, because the actual blackface and the purpose of it is two different things, if that makes any sense. Because this, what was the character's name from?
I forgot his name on.
I don't remember his name.
But
see,
name,
the thing
Robert
about it,
Downey
the only
Jr.
reason he got away with that was they were specifically doing satire
on
blackface.
Okay, yeah.
So that was what allowed them to kind of slip through that little comedic loophole for that particular movie, because they were addressing it head on. Okay. They knew what they were doing, and they decided to tackle it by saying that this dude was specifically controversial, went under this intense surgery, skin augmentation, like he did this ridiculous shit, and they knew he shouldn't have been doing it. So there was criticism in the movie specifically about him doing it. So they specifically were addressing that. So
it had the conversation for us in the movie.
Right, exactly. So that's why they were able to get away with that. They didn't just try to do it, and on some Soul Man type shit.
Soul Man, I remember that.
So that's why that was different.
Man.
But so when it comes to blackface, are we at the point where anybody painting their face, a black person painting themselves white person painting themselves Hispanic, black, anytime you do that, is that like an insult on the act alone? Not the intent, not the meaning, not the structure behind it, but again, are we making something out of everything? Or is it a point to where it's just a fucking costume? Like where's that line? Where's KK? Where's the parameter? Where are we gonna sit here and judge what is this and what is not?
I think because we make a big deal out of it, every race gonna make a big deal out of it. So if it was to be a black actor that put white
chicks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was a popular movie with no criticism. That's a fucking.
Why didn't it get criticism though?
Well,
it would if it was made now, right?
I don't think.
No.
You think if they make another one right now?
Because it will never. Because when you are an oppressed race,
you can't. Yeah.
You can't do things like that, and it can't be problematic. You're the minority. You don't have the same power, and the
intent is.
And
different.
Then they not even mocking it. Though, so
they're mocking.
Well, they were mocking the shit out of white girls.
They're mocking the fuck out of white girls in that movie.
Yeah, it was ditzy blonde white girls kind of a thing.
So that was the most stereotypical insult. But if that same role was done with white actors showing the exact same stereotypes of a black person, it would have been a wrap. That movie, first of all, the movie would never been made. For one, for two, whoever made it would have been ostracized from
you can't
society.
But that's because I think when you are the oppressing race and you make stereotypes that are extremely negative and that have that type of impact, it's going to be seen different than comedians who just they're playing into what the dominant culture already does.
But I think I think that's stupid. And the reason why I think it's stupid is because I'm big on intent. Right? I'm huge on intent. It's not necessarily about you doing something, it's your intent and purpose behind it, right? So even when you have black comedians, we're known for going on stage talking about these crack ass crackers. Like, we known for that shit, right? Mm-hmm. We known for making fun of goofy ass white folks, right? And then when a white actor goes on stage and pokes fun at some of our stereotypes and shit, you may have like a Gary Owens who will get a pass to a certain extent, right? There's that commercial on Facebook where he buys that shirt from the black college and he's over there dancing, like he's in the band, you know what I mean? Like, that's very stereotypical of a black marching band, but no one bitches about that. It's like funny, right? But if I don't know, Jeff Foxworthy was to do some shit like that, like, I don't think it's cool when the intent of insulting in a negative light, like fuck you, you're beneath me, is not there. Does that make sense at all? Or did I lose everybody?
You definitely lost me a long time ago. But I would this goes to the conversation about the N-word. Are you cool with white people saying it in your presence if they have no ill intent behind it?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we had a conversation.
We had this conversation.
It depends on a lot of shit. Intent mainly. Like, if
So if there's no ill intent, you're good with it.
It depends. It depends. I have.
But you said intent is the big thing.
But I had white boys that I know that grew up like
Don't matter.
To you, I get it, and you will slap the fuck out of anybody. I get what
don't
you.
Matter.
Yeah, no, I get you. And we had this conversation kind of on the last show.
Last week, yeah.
Don't put me in a situation.
But why should they have to worry about putting you in a situation if their intent, as you said, is pure? That's kind of the thing. That's why I'm comparing the two. Well, because you keep talking about intent. I don't give a fuck about your intent. You're an oppressive race.
Okay.
You have historically, where this all stems from, is used this to psychologically damage other people. Those stereotypes have been the cause of a lot of our deaths. Those stereotypes have been the cause for a lot of really negative ramifications through history. So fuck your intent. Don't do the shit. And that's the same for that word. Don't say that shit near me. I don't give a fuck about your intent.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite fence of the word. And now I just am. And it's like, I've had white boys that I grew up with. You know what I mean? I know some white boys that grew up in worse areas than I've grown up in. You know what I'm talking about? And that's their lifestyle. So it's like if they said it, to me, you talk, hey, what's up, my nigga? Like, hey, what's up? Cause, it's cool. I get it. You know what I mean? It's not like, some white kicker from Madison walking up, hey, what's going on, nigga? Like, it hits me differently. You know what I mean? Because I understand where his heart is and where he's at in it. But again, these are people that I really fuck with. Now, a strange white person not gonna come up to me and be like, hey, what's up, nigga? Like, even if he had no ill intent to it, we're gonna have problems. Like, I don't know you, this ain't us. If that makes any sense. To you, I get it. No pass to nobody.
You can't say that shit.
Like it ain't gonna fly regardless where you from, what hood you from. You can be from fucking Watts, nigga, and white dude from their black daddies or whatever, adopted. I get what y'all are saying. It's different for me. Like, that shit's not gonna hit me when it comes to somebody I fuck with that's of non-black race, as opposed to somebody who's like, I don't know, just walking around thinking that. It bothers me in Puerto Rico and Mexico say nigga.
I think that's the thing though, is that you're saying it's intent, but you're obviously saying, well,
because I know him, he's cool,
right?
Yeah.
And so for that, you have to extend that same mentality to movies like this, where a few people may be like, oh, this wasn't designed to be like that. There was no ill intent. But if the majority of black or Hispanic people see it differently, then that's just the way we see it.
But you can't give something intent if you're not like that's the thing.
But you did. You said if I don't know this person, so regardless of their intent, it hits you different. So that's gonna hit people different too. But that's how that works.
But if I don't, but that's the thing. I don't know this person, so like, first of all, we shouldn't have this conversation with the word like that. I don't know you. This is not where we're at.
If you know him or if you don't know him, they shouldn't feel comfortable enough to say this shit around you.
But again, it's different situations, and again,
Hollywood should know Black America and Brown America enough to know you ain't comfortable with us like that. Leave that shit the fuck alone.
I get it. Again, different sides of the boat. This is why I wanted to bring it up to you, hear what you wanted to say about it. I know this. I know what KK, this nigga. I know how he feels about it.
I don't like that shit at all.
I know exactly how you feel about it, and I get it, and I know you, so no conversation, and I know how you feel about it too. But I'm on the opposite side of the bridge on that one, and not just because I'm trying to be the devil's advocate. It's just it doesn't bother me. It all depends on your intent to me, and if I don't know you, I don't know your intent. So we're gonna have to talk about that. We gotta figure that shit out.
So right, but that's what I'm saying. So it's almost like you're insinuating that you know Hollywood's intent.
I don't. It's that thing. If I don't know it, we have to have that conversation. I'm not going to automatically
how are you going to
assume.
have that conversation?
But
How's Hollywood going to have that conversation with every person who feels like
But I'm not going to automatically assume that you're like, oh, yeah, you're racist. I don't look at everyone as that. You know, I'm going to need to see the story. I'm going to need to figure some out. I'm going to need to see, you know, what Dave Ayers or whatever is the director of this movie. And, you know, I need to see kind of what it is behind it. And if it's more history behind it, then it may piss me off in a sense. But I'm not the person that's going to automatically accuse and point a racist and you're a racist, you're a racist, you're a racist, you don't like this. I need more than that. And that's just me.
I don't take it as a racist, you know what I'm saying? It's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got to be, you don't have to be racist. Just don't call me that shit if you ain't black. Like, it's just that simple.
So what about you have Trump and his Goyas, how he's feeling about Goya. And so Goya is what? And this is kind of along the same side of, I guess, racial, talking about Hispanics or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Hispanics right now in the upward mad at Goya, okay? And they're mad for the simple fact that the CEO of the company supported Trump as a human being, a president, as a body, right? This is the conversation that was happening that kind of got the Hispanic culture in an upward. And I'm happy that they're pissed off. Here's the conversation. Here's the speech.
We're all truly blessed at the same time to have a leader like President Trump who is a builder. And that's what my grandfather did. He came to this country to build, to grow, to prosper. And so we have an incredible builder, and we pray. We pray for our leadership, our president, and we pray for our country that we will continue to prosper and to grow.
So that was kind of that conversation. And just on that little clip of the Goya CEO, I don't know his name, I can't say it, it's whatever, but he endorsed Trump and everything Trump stands by. Of course, you know, Trump and the Hispanic culture, which half of them, which is a whole nother conversation because the Hispanic culture is so, you know, some of them support the Hispanic plight and some of them feel like I'm kind of on that white boat, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's a whole fuck shit. So the reason why I'm happy about this situation is because I think the Hispanic voice is an underheard voice in this country, right? They go through a lot of shit. The cages. Mm-hmm. That's a real big issue. Trump is totally for locking these kids up and doing whatever he feels needs to be done. So when you have a Hispanic brand who is supporting a guy who is like, fuck your people, let's get a wall. You know, and you can argue as much as you want. Any Trump supporter listen, you can argue as much as you want, saying that that's not how he feels about the Hispanic culture.
He said it.
But
he fuck you mean? Yeah. How you feel? He said it.
He kind of said the shit. So that's just, you know, we're not gonna have that conversation. But the conversation is it's cool to see the Hispanic following standing up for what they need to stand up for. Not saying it doesn't happen, but we don't see it often. So when I see it, it's like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like you know, let's hear your fight. How do y'all feel about it, about that whole, and we've had conversations about this shit off air, but how do y'all feel about the Hispanic and their plight and them finally speaking out on a national level? Not saying it hasn't happened, but it's in our ears, on our face right now, so that's why we're talking about it. But go ahead.
I got no thoughts on it. They tend to speak out frequently. Okay. They're more easily unified than black folks.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Just like the LGBTQ community sticks together, rallies together, and mobilizes and, you know, uses their spending power to get shit done. The Hispanic community has done that before. They did it when Trump was first running for president. There was some issues with, I think it was Univision on one of the other channels. Like, they got some shit just pulled immediately. Like, they know how to mobilize and use their voice as one to get their political and social interests done. Okay. They do it. So with this one, I personally am like, I don't really fucking care. It's one of those tricky situations when it comes to CEOs doing stupid shit. Yeah. Just because you have to remember that there's a lot of subsidiaries of companies that have their hand in everything.
You gotta please everybody.
Like a motherfucker that, you know, like Doritos, Pepsi, and a certain number of really big brands are all under one umbrella. Big corporation. Yeah. So to effectively boycott people don't realize you have to. You really can't do shit. Like that's just the reality. Like you can't do a fucking thing because the web is so fucking entangled.
That's a great fucking point. That's a great fucking point because it was a big thing with Jordans. You know, people like, why the fuck you buy Jordans? Like, I buy Jordans for me and my kids. What the fuck I do? He support prison, but motherfucker, you saying that to me with a Gatorade in your motherfucking hand?
Yeah.
Like Jordan don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
you can't pick and choose.
They said that same shit with niggas not watching NFL, not realizing that they drink the shit out of Bud Light, nigga. That's one of the biggest promoters.
Sponsors.
And they got
Dr. Pepper, all that shit that you say you're not gonna do, you do. I ain't gonna watch football, but I'm gonna eat the Tostito chips.
Ben's got 2 stadiums in the NFL, Atlanta and New Orleans.
Yeah.
And nigga, well, look at your car, nigga. Tell me you don't support this. Like,
Then
so
you have to look at who supplies gas for your car. Like it's so fucking. It runs so deep that it's an impossible game to play.
Your ass won't have shit if you was really gonna boycott.
If you really gonna boycott.
If you really gonna boycott, all you gonna have is the shit in your house already.
AT&T, no AT&T, Verizon. You're gonna get you some pigeons and shit and call it a goddamn day and some loose leaf paper. But my whole thing with that is I think it's kind of dope and on a national scale. Now I know the Hispanics, when it comes to the community effort, like they take care of their community. Like you're not going into a Hispanic community and just going, regentrify like it ain't shit. It ain't gonna be easy, I'll tell you that. But I like this. I like this, and I like to hear other people's voice speak out. And I think this is dope. I don't care like you. I don't care where it's gonna end. It's just kind of cool to me. Simple as that. Hopefully that they'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't eat Goya. Is that shit even good? I don't know. I eat fucking.
Them beans go.
Lowry. Them Lowry's.
Fucking beans go.
They go hard.
Yeah.
And then what'd you say about entanglement?
Oh, I was just saying that all these corporations are entangled.
Say it again. The what?
Entangled. That's the word of the week.
Decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August,
An entanglement, an entanglement.
an entanglement with August. I got into an entanglement with August,
An entanglement.
with August, with August, with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August,
An entanglement.
with August, with August,
August.
entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement with August, an entanglement, an entanglement, an entanglement.
Hey, I don't give a fuck nobody say I'm playing that shit in my car, nigga. Entanglement. Nigga, that shit jam. Man. How many of y'all in the last 24 hours have just gotten yourself in or out of an entanglement? Y'all had no idea what the hell an entanglement was until Jada started talking that shit. Oh, fuck.
Dudes calling their girls like, hey, bitch, was we, what was we?
God damn.
Real, man, dog.
I didn't
Mike Lowry. I thought you were Mike Lowry in real life, dog. It's like soft as hell, man. Sensitive ass.
Put it on your forehead for a nigga. Mike Lowry, nigga.
You should have been Marcus. Nigga. I thought you were Mike. You out here Marcus the whole time, man.
Nigga lying like a bitch.
Yeah.
No. But how can you blame Will, man? I mean, the face is priceless for one in the interview. I mean, KK, start off with you, bro. How do you feel about... So, we're going to talk about it last week. I didn't talk about it. I figured, like, Jada, open relationship, fuck somebody else.
So, are they in an open relationship? I don't know. If they are, and if Will has been fucking with other females, I don't feel bad for him. Like, you can't say let's be in an open relationship, but it's cool as long as you don't do the shit. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's one of the things, though. That's not technically how it works. Even in an open relationship, there are still boundaries and rules.
Trust.
Like trust. Which means if you say, well, no, that can't happen right now,
and it happens,
then you're still violating the rules and the
So it's a time you can be open. You can be like, don't do this shit this
if
month.
that's between them. Like, that's the thing about an open relationship.
You can't open that door at all, man. You open that door, that shit gonna happen.
Again, that's the thing. In a relationship, those two set their rules and have a discussion. And if they've decided, okay, right now, this is not the time we have to do X, Y, or Z, or yeah, you can do, but I have a problem with this particular person because of this. There are still rules and trust boundaries within even an open relationship. It's not just a pass to just do whatever the fuck you want because we're open. Like, that's the thing I think
but
people
he
get
specifically
confused.
said we were on a break, and that's when she hit him with that line.
No. So that's true. It wouldn't be cheating if they were on a break. But that's the thing is that's why I said people, if it's an open relationship, that's what I'm saying. It's just not a free for all. I think there's still rules to it. Now, if they're on a break, obviously that does change some things. But I think what we don't know again is why were they on a break? What happened?
Does that matter though? To us, like, is it any of our business why they were on a break?
To us, of course not. But I think we're discussing the concept in general of if you're all on a break because she's already doing X, Y, or Z, and then she still goes out and does something else stupid. Like, maybe they were on a break because he was like, hey.
Whose fault was it?
Well, let's say they were on a break because she fucked some other celebrity, and he's like, hey, I told you, don't fuck celebrities.
Yeah.
We're open, but that means I need it to be here because I can't have this shit getting out into the open and making me look bad in the press. Right, our industry.
Yeah.
So that might have been a rule that they had and established. So then while they're on a break, she does the shit again, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? So I'm giving just kind of an example of what I'm talking about.
That makes sense.
Not that that's what happened. I'm just saying.
He lying to y'all. That ain't what happened. He just lying, making shit up. But if it had happened, it makes sense.
So that's all I'm saying. I think.
And this, well, you posted something, and I didn't like what you posted talking about. No, I didn't. I didn't at all. You said something about the predatory shit in it.
Yeah, I said she's trash because she was predatory as fuck. Not because of his age. Because I want to make that distinction because I think that when you're 23 years old, you have enough mental fortitude to make your own decisions. However, apparently this man came into their life two ways where I feel it's predatory. One, he was their son's friend or some shit. So he came by way of being friends with their children.
But wasn't he a friend of just a friend of the industry? Like they knew each other because of the industry. They're not like best friends, grew up hanging out. It's just we're all in the same industry, so we kind of rolled in the same circle type shit.
Still your son's friend, regardless of if it's industry or not, because that's their friend. He came to the house because he hangs out with Jaden or whatever the fuck it was.
I'd have fucked Jaden's mama. I'm just saying.
So that's one. But then two, both Will and Jada said.
So your mama and Will is in a break, huh?
Yeah, that's foul.
Y'all going to Cabo?
He was apparently sick. Whether it was a health issue, they both fucking said it. He said it.
He said it was like in a mental situation, like he was just
mental health is a thing.
She had to know though when he was trying to get all these selfies and shit, it wasn't gonna be good in the end.
Yeah,
shit wasn't going. She took too many motherfucking pictures, man.
Family pictures too. Him hugging on her and the kids.
What are you doing, Jada?
So I mean, I think that's exploitive as fuck. Like if you take advantage of somebody who's in a bad place mentally or emotionally or both for that matter.
But see, that's the whole thing when it comes to taking advantage. Like again, everybody I think makes something out of something. Like everything has to be something. And I get it. But shooting your shot and hitting that bitch, and it's not taking advantage. Like nigga, she shot her shot
on somebody who was mentally and emotionally unstable and came to them for help. Came to them for help.
Do you know how many relationships have ended up with my penis inside of somebody because they needed someone to talk to, and all of a sudden, like, I'm
gonna tell you right now. You said your children are how old?
10 and 11.
Okay, so in 12 years, if your daughters bring their friends,
why do people do that?
Because I want you to really take this. I want you to. Would you fuck your daughter's friend if she came over here crying because she was going through some fucked up shit?
So you're basically asking if I would Diddy? If I would... You saw that one coming. You saying would I Diddy a bitch? my friends.
I'm just saying, if you
You
fuck
know
your
about Diddy's
daughter's
situation.
friends,
It's the exact same.
I don't actually know about Diddy's situation.
You pointing at me? I'm not Diddy. You know about Diddy's situation? No, my name is Kelvin. My whole name is Kelvin.
Diddy was doing the same situation
with Cassie.
Yeah. But it was his son's ex, I think it was, right?
No, that wasn't Diddy.
Wasn't that?
That was it was Steve Harvey's daughter, right?
There you go. Yeah.
It was Diddy.
Wasn't that Diddy, Bree?
It was Diddy and his son.
Yeah, it was his son's
She
ex.
messed with the son.
It was Diddy.
If you
dated
fuck your son's ex,
ex,
you're a piece of shit.
No, and that's bad. I'm gonna leave it alone. My bad.
Okay, so I've got some mixed reviews here.
Okay, what mixed reviews we have over there? Tell me their names.
The only people besides you defending Jada is gonna be some women. No men are.
No. I'm not saying. Go ahead. Read the comment. What do y'all got for us about the whole entanglement?
Some people are saying they were on a break, so a break means a break.
Break is a break.
They still was married, people.
I've got some other people saying, but they were married.
Well, they were still married, and you could be married and on a break in the exact same. Those.
So off break then is a problem. If they wasn't on a break,
I guess if they wasn't on a break and they was back together,
then it's a fucked up.
I
don't think she cheated either.
But it's an open relationship for one, and they're on a break. A break means like we're on a break.
If you are separated in a marriage, people do things like that because you think this relationship may be over. So it's okay to have a relationship. I never said that was the issue. My issue where I spoke out about her behavior.
Trash ass woman shit over there.
It's toxic ass behavior because if you flip that, there is no way any women would defend a man who fucked his children's friends, who came to them for help in a place of emotional or mental
P. Diddy's
health
stock went up.
Vulnerability. They would think that that's predatory as fuck.
I don't like that. That's not
they
what
would,
that is.
Because I promise you, they called R. Kelly a predator for that same type of shit he was pulling with them women.
Don't compare the two. Now.
Weren't those women of age? His little sex. No, I'm not talking about the shit he originally did.
Oh, no.
This most recent shit he had where he was running his little sex cult. Those women were like 21 years old.
R. Kelly's issues with the kids. The other shit he did with the woman of age, that's the stupid fucked up shit, right?
No,
but again, but
there was a whole ass documentary series where they called him a predator because of his behavior.
But when are we going to hold responsibility? Like, these are two consenting adults. The one lady in the R. Kelly situation, I'm gonna let you get on brain. We about to get way off topic.
I'm trying to catch up with these comments.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Well, real quick. We already off topic. We're gonna stay right here for a second. But what I'm saying is that, at some point you got to take responsibility for the situation, right? The woman that he was with that were of age, like, they're just stupid fucking females in a sense. And
they're
of course,
young.
No, but they're of
gullible
age.
As fuck.
That's it.
Gullible. They just gullible, man.
I've had sex with gullible women in my life, right? And everybody has. I'm not saying I'm a predator. It's just they did.
If you know how to pick them out, man, you might be a predator.
I'm talking about gullible specifically.
But how many? But there's a lot of, I don't say gullible women, but there's a lot of, I don't know.
I don't. Again,
comments.
I'm not saying it's
comments.
About, okay, yeah.
Comments.
So people are all in your favor right now, Adrian. They are saying that you.
Where's that scoreboard that he was supposed to do?
I know. Where's that scoreboard?
Yeah. We should have not did that. Go ahead.
Toya, your sister, says he's on it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Toya also says, as a married woman, her husband better not ever say we're on a break. You're either married or divorced. Point blank. But
that conversation is null and void. Toya, fuck you for not going without saying. But that conversation to me is a moot point because they were on a break, and whatever their break is, maybe the break is, we're gonna take a break for 2 months. We're not gonna fuck with anybody else. We're gonna see where we come, and we're gonna talk again in a month. That conversation
would be
means
cheating then. If that's what you say. We're
but
not
that
gonna
conversation is meaningful. Like, and again, there's purpose and intent in what you're doing. That conversation that we don't know that was had means something. So even if they were on a break, but a break was, we're not gonna fuck nobody else. We're gonna have time to ourselves. Go ahead.
Go on, read that, Bree.
Read it.
Go on, read that comment, Bree.
From Leroy?
No,
Which
from
one?
Should read them all. Should read Leroy's.
Andrea. She said she wasn't talking about him. They talking about dude in the blue shirt.
What's that?
I'm on point.
What is that? KK got one. We got
But wait. There's still none for Damien. There's none for Damien.
I'm gonna.
But in my
I'm
opinion, though,
double it
man,
up.
Will knew. I think they both be cheating, and they cool with it. It's the fucking embarrassment that come along with it.
You did say that.
Yeah,
that's that face.
Had August not made that whole little segment with Angela Yee, nobody would know their business. Everybody would think they just a perfect little family still. But that motherfucker Will was fucking embarrassed, man.
Yeah.
And when you get embarrassed like that,
changes it.
And then you have to address it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta address what this fucking idiot just did. You know what I'm saying?
Because you remember the Tiger Woods shit, right?
Yeah.
like he'd been doing that shit for who knows how long.
20 years, you know what I'm
But
saying?
until it became public, that's when his wife was like, nah.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have me looking like an asshole. Yeah. And that's always what changes it, you know, because again, like Bill Clinton, same thing. He'd been doing, he's a politician. Who knows how many of these little interns been sucking his dick.
Blowing him in Oval
But
Office.
Hillary wasn't an issue until it's like, you motherfucker.
Now I gotta go up here in this press conference.
I gotta answer questions to this
stand
shit.
next to your stupid ass and people think I'm a fool. Yeah, so that's when it becomes the issue.
He fucking hoes in the White House. You stare at that like you don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Again, I mean, it's too much about this situation, like any situation we've ever talked about, that we just don't know, and shit we'll never know.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of it's going to be speculation, but from what they have said, what we do know, that's why I felt like the comments I made that you disagree with, and
still don't think it's a predatory type.
Well, what do you define as predator though? Like we have to figure that out then, because
I mean, because like nigga, I like sound like women with big asses. Like I'm a predator for like it's just it's
talking about that.
No, but I'm saying when you're talking about predator, it's like you engage and you talk to a female, and I know what you're talking about, going after a specific type. Like if every woman I go after it's like if I'm like every woman I go out with or I try to date has daddy issues and is blase, then I get what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she had a situation with this guy that she was close to, right? She was hanging out, talking to. They were engaged with each other's lives. You normally
what was the premise though? Well, so you're leaving that out. That's the important part. That's why I use that word.
But regardless, the premise is what got you together. But if you're in a close proximity of someone, it normally engages. You marry, you date people that you're close to, people you work with. That's inside your circle. You don't, So
did you watch the Red Table interview?
I didn't watch all. I told you,
you didn't watch it.
Seen a shitload of clips.
I said this yesterday. Whenever people haven't actually watched the whole thing, it presents a problem when they have a problem with my opinion about it. Because I'm like, you didn't even fucking see it. So at 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, both her and Will specifically said he even came into their lives very sick. They used the term very sick. He was not well. We were supposed to help him get better. So if you come to somebody in a very bad place and that woman tries to fuck you or allows you to fuck her, that's why I say that's predatory. That is no different than a psychiatrist. If you go to a psychiatrist for sex addiction and the psychiatrist is like, I'm going to fuck the shit out of this person because they love sex. That's foul-ass trash behavior, and that's a predatory-ass psychiatrist to manipulate and take advantage of that situation.
So we're trying to fuck Jada Pinkett nowadays? Like, it's just... Like,
she finna get a lot of DMs about, man.
I mean, so Jada Pinkett is just having issues. Like, that nigga didn't try to fuck her. I'm just saying, like, it's a situation that happened. And
but
it's not
her,
as black and white as
the person,
I'm sure,
as the person who says, I'm going to offer this man help,
too.
You're supposed to be like, you're not in the right place for that. I don't think this is smart. You're vulnerable. You're going through these issues. We're trying to help you with that. I know you like me, but that's not appropriate.
Is that where we're going with this? Is this where we're going with that?
Yes. As a responsible, normal adult, why wouldn't you?
I would have fucked Jada if she was like, oh.
Why the fuck he go to them, though, for help?
Yeah. I mean,
I can't answer that question.
Like I said,
it's I'm saying that's the premise that has been set.
It's a whole lot of shit that don't make sense. And like I said, it's just, I get it, but the whole, like, just making something always has to be something. Like, this has to be this, or this has to be that. I get everything you're saying. I really do. I just don't fucking...
You just don't agree with
and this is not the devil advocate in me. Like, it's like, we're talking about not the fucking, fucking lunch lady at the house, at school that comes by and tries to give you pussy because you want some extra mashed potatoes. So she's,
You do know that this man had, he had mommy issues. Like there was a whole thing where they helped him get reunited with his mother that he had been estranged to or some shit. Like that was also part of this, right?
So what
as a woman his mother's age, you don't think you think nothing of this.
I didn't know. I was that age, and you know how old women. I got kids your age. I got the mama your age. Like it don't fucking matter. Like
fuck the shit you still.
Yeah, that shit didn't matter.
You realize this all speaks to the problems that men tend to have. Like we don't recognize our own toxic ass behavior because we don't see it the same because we're men. But this is like whenever a 15-year-old fucks his high school teacher and everybody cheers it on. It's like I wouldn't have said nothing and blah blah blah. That doesn't change the fact that that's child abuse. That doesn't change the fact.
Children. He's a grown ass man.
We're talking about the behaviors. I'm talking about the behaviors. And what I'm saying is if she knew that this person is in this very, very bad place because of drugs, because of all these other things, this relationship with his mother, and her being as old as she is, she's smart enough to know this isn't somebody I should probably fuck with for all these reasons. And that's why I say it's toxic as fuck and it's predatory because she knew better. Whether or not he's 23 years old and he's an adult, I ain't talking about just some, people at the club. The 23-year-old man ran into Jada Pinkett and tried to fuck her. That ain't the situation.
Yeah.
There's so many other factors. That's what I'm referring to that makes her trash. Because as a decent fucking human being, you should have better judgment in that situation.
I guess I'm not that. I guess I'm not that good, man. Because I think I would have.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Everything good, Brianna? Hold on, guys. Brianna,
I can't keep up with all of this.
Why can't you keep up with it? What do you got?
I'm on 2 different screens. Comments, they're funny. But hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
So people are saying, so you don't think August has a fault in this?
Yeah, I don't understand why we're going to pit everything on one person.
It's all his fault.
Because Andrea says she fucks with you, but you wrong on this.
I mean,
that's fine. I don't say things to please anybody.
No, and that's the dopeness of it. But my whole thing is like there's a situation that comes in play. Like we have to. I mean, if that's the case, nigga, I done had sex with a lot of people that may have had issues, this and that. Like, should I have had sex with everybody I fucked with? Like, no. So does that make me predatorial, or does that make me whatever? Have you fucked everyone?
I can say without a doubt, I've absolutely had a lot of relationships and sexual experiences that I probably shouldn't have. But I exploited them because I didn't give a fuck. Okay. I was not being a good person. I can unequivocally fucking admit that. But
what if they weren't being? What if the point of that relationship was we're gonna?
If the point of the relationship was just sex, that's one thing, and that's a different conversation. And if I used emotions, if I used false promises, if I used a bunch of other things to manipulate somebody's mind state, that's just shitty behavior. And it's not about them being a consenting adult. And I'm saying it wouldn't be predatory if I was just doing it in a one-off situation. But if I was specifically targeting women who were seeing relationship therapists because they had, whatever type of issue, that makes me a really bad fucking person.
I'm just not that tough of a man. I'm fucking the shit out of Jada, and I'm hoping that her pussy gets me healed. Like that's kind of where I'm at.
And Ashley says you can't see past that.
What?
Right. That your dick, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably okay.
Right, and this is why women say men ain't shit.
But that's kind of, but I mean, shit. It's a two-way street.
I can just imagine her like this motherfucker gonna tell. Say like, every night this motherfucker wake up with his phone. I'm good. But the fucking shit hit TMZ or something like this.
But August having fault. Yeah, he shouldn't have opened his fucking mouth.
You don't do that.
Right, you don't talk about your fucking. I get that, and so I absolutely fault him for that.
For tattletailing, for snitching.
Tattletailing, snitching,
knowing the
kiss and tell, that old shit.
In.
You don't do that. Like that's fucking foul. But at the same time, I'm not gonna excuse Jada and her shitty behavior. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying August is like clean and innocent.
I don't think it's shitty behavior though.
Yeah, she just had sex with somebody.
Y'all can't say it's a kid.
She didn't just have sex with him though. That's what I don't get how y'all keep saying. She didn't just fuck him a couple times.
But listen, what if they fucked a few times and like have you ever fucked somebody and all of a sudden it's like I actually like this bitch and like it becomes something more. They're there for me. We talk, we have sex, we engage, and maybe she. like you said, it was an entanglement. As you just said the definition, it was something. It was kind of confusing, and then all of a sudden it's just not that. They're still there. I'm not there no more. I decided that, hey, I want to get back to my husband because we're not on break no more. Like, so much shit could have happened, and he's just butthurt because he wasn't chosen at the end. But he thought he was good. Like,
and again, we don't know.
But
I think
he thought she was leaving.
More than
he really.
That's that I thought she was gonna be my type shit. I'm telling now.
I don't think she said, this is just sex. Again, she came to him as a healer. Again, I watched the interview. You said you did not. And again, her stance was she was there to provide healing and help him.
But it was because they were both going through something.
Yeah,
they just got entangled.
That's all. That's what it was. But anyway, so that's the Jada and Will thing. So one of the questions I've asked and I've been confronted with is when it comes to open relationships. And I've always said that open relationships is not necessarily just about fucking somebody else because you want to and you can. It's about trust. It is. The sex is a talking point when it comes to open relationships, but it's a whole lot more about whom else we're allowed to fuck. Anybody out there listening? Adrian is wrong as fuck. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. So we're gonna give me one. And I think Adrian probably has about 5, but I got at least 2. So he's wrong on that one. We're going to say that. And then KK, I think he got him 1.
I got 1. I got me 1.
But
thank you for the point.
But with anybody out there, would y'all engage in an open relationship? Anybody out there commenting or talking? If y'all also want to come in and join the conversation, like I was saying, let Oz know
God great and powerful.
Let that motherfucker know in the comments and she will get you online. Again, we're going through WhatsApp. I want to hear your opinion about this whole conversation, not just through the comments, but shit, maybe somebody else wants to hear what you have to say live. But yeah, would you do an open relationship? Is that something that you'd be interested in? Is that something you think your mental could handle? I have never done one. I would be curious. I don't know if I'm that strong.
I know I ain't that strong.
The male ego is fragile as fuck.
I ain't with it.
I think I could, but you know,
with the woman you love, your soulmate, you could just.
Well, it's a relationship. I don't know if she's. I mean, is she my soulmate? Like on day one? I mean,
no, I'm just saying.
I mean.
So you're talking about with any random motherfucker you have, that's different.
Just a specific open relationship with someone. I mean, I think relationships grow and build, and I think if you, I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak on it. Would I do it?
You would do it, but would you want her to do it?
If I'm doing it, I wouldn't care if she's doing it. That's the thing. Like I'm as fair as fuck. Like if I'm doing it, I can't get mad at you for doing what I do. And that's just me. I'll have to draw the line somewhere. If I'm gonna agree to, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna agree to it, then shit, I know what I'm.
Like you said, there's rules and boundaries, even within a so-called open relationship. It's like, but it's not just a free for all.
Yeah, it's not just about sex. There's rules. Like what was the guy, Tory Lanez? I was with that one singer. What was her name? I think it was Tory Lanez, and she did. She's a new singer. I forgot her name, but she does open relationships, and she broke up with him for basically fucking with some other bitch. And not telling her about it, you know, and he had like a whole relationship with this bitch. Like going out and fucking somebody is one thing, but like having this whole relationship behind my back, like nigga, I gave you the ability to go have an open relationship because I know how you are. She was like, I didn't want to fucking nobody else because I'm busy trying to get my career started. I'm doing all this, but you know, I understand how you are where you're at, so you can do what you want. Just let me know. Don't have me in the dark looking dumb. And this nigga had a whole relationship with some chick behind his back, and she broke up with this nigga. Like, how do you fuck up that?
You fucked that up. Yeah.
I need to Google and figure out who that is, or if anybody here listening to this, I think it was Tory Lanez, and there's a new singer, a real good singer. Brandon, give me a new singer. If you say 3 names, it's going to be one of them. A female singer. Not Danny Lee. It's one of those singers who had an album just came out recently.
Kehlani?
I think it was her.
She does a lot of open relationships.
It was her. And she was
with
Tory Lanez. Or whoever the guy she was.
It was with YG.
YG. That's exactly who it was. It was YG. YG.
You well.
From
a singer to a whole blood.
A singer to a whole blood. But yeah, it was them two, and he totally fucked off that situation, which is like, how'd you fuck off with Kehlani? Like,
cause man, these niggas see women like that all the time. It ain't just.
Hey Kehlani, I'm gonna go smash Becky. I'll call you tomorrow. Okay, baby, bye. Click. Like, She's not going like she simply said like.
I don't think the conversation's quite that easy.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
But but don't lie. Don't be behind
right.
the person's
No,
back.
I think it's dumb. I think it's irresponsible if you're in an open relationship to hide shit. Like that's the point.
You ever been in an open relationship?
I have been in
a couple of them. I get it.
The short answer, yes.
He's reminiscing like a motherfucker. Like, yeah, man, that was a good one.
And you was cool with the girl doing what she wanted to do?
Did it work for you?
So here's the funny thing about this. You're never cool with it. Okay. And this is one of the things I said yesterday with all this going on is I said that a lot of people are already in polyamorous relationships, but in monogamy's clothing. Right. Know it. Because a lot of people are cheating. Both people sometimes are cheating, and they hide it and they don't know. So I think being open, you're never going to be cool with it. It sucks. It hurts to know. But if you're aware of it, you can navigate it differently than when you're caught off guard by the shit. Like if you end up going through her phone and seeing some shit you didn't want to see, it's like, fuck, it hits you right there. Yeah. You don't go through the phone because you already know that's a possibility. And the idea is just, when you're with me, you're with me. When I'm here, I'm here. And it's kind of, that situation is just, let's keep that where it's at. But when we're together, we're together. And that's kind of how you have to approach it. Because otherwise, of course, you're never cool with it.
Bree, you know D?
Do I know D?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of D's.
John D.
Oh, shit.
Big D.
Oh.
These nuts. Got him.
That was so random.
I know.
Random as fuck.
I just wanted to press the button.
Take a point off.
He's already had negative 15.
I just wanted to press the button.
We're not worried about it.
I just wanted to press the button. Sorry. Sorry, okay, my bad.
So I've only, out of the comments right now, only a few people said that they would possibly be in an open relationship.
Who said they would not?
A lot of people said they would not.
Okay, so give me give me someone who said they would and ask them why. Give me their name. Give me the name of someone who said they would.
I think it was LaToya Gates said that possibly. Give me a second.
Gates is hood. Gates would do it. I mean, I don't know.
Leroy says if he was single.
What?
He might.
That's different though. You don't.
Nigga, if you single, nigga, you just dating.
You can do that. You can do what you want to do when you single.
Leroy also says everything says hidden except herpes. They stay forever.
Nigga, what does that have to do? Hey, Leroy,
they're trying to make jokes and be
Leroy, nigga, get your COVID check. So yes, last week we had some what the fucks, right? And of course, look at this motherfucker, right? So we don't have any good ones. We had one for you guys, but the person, Oz behind the scenes, she couldn't get the video to me, and she couldn't get it downloaded. And
I did. I'm sorry.
You gotta put the blame somewhere.
I gotta blame.
I was like, okay.
Can't blame the host. Shit rolls downhill, buddy. So really, I couldn't get the video. KK had a good one about these masks that we're wearing and how just they are. We're gonna get that up for you next week if I can. But so what I have this week, a lot of stories have happened with the what the fucks from last week. These cops. 911 is not a joke in 2020, goddamn, because they're over there convicting motherfuckers, or at least finding them and charging them. So we have this one, if y'all remember this one.
Narrative, that's what's wrong. The narrative of police brutality.
So those were the vandals that were in Martinez, California last week. An hour after the city painted the Black Lives Matter on the street, these two individuals came out to the street and painted over there. Just got some black paint and started covering it up. It was Nicole Claudia Anderson, and then her husband, I guess the other guy was David Richardson Nielsen. He sounds like a serial killer. But they both got charged with hate crime. That's a felony. So they're not in jail, of course, but they are charged with hate crime. So we'll see what happens with that. So got their asses off the street. Then, of course,
hate crime. That seems.
They probably only nowhere near that shit. Like they never gonna be around. They just had to do.
Like I get that we're making an example out of everyone right now, but I feel like that's.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, it is a defacing. This is something that had a permit too, and it's a city permit. This is something that the city did, and it's to support.
I understand that,
it's to support
hate
something.
crime.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm a pretty fucking aggressive person when it comes to shit like that. You know this, but I'm like, even that one, I'm like, really though, a hate crime.
I've never seen Adrian with these white sympathy tears over something.
They ain't white sympathy. I'm like,
well, I mean,
I think we start opening ourselves up for stupidity. Once you start taking this type of angle with shit, and this is kind of the same reason.
This was built off of nothing but hate. They didn't do this because they didn't like yellow paint on their black street and they wanted to be safety. This was based purely off intent. Again, people don't fuck around with intent. There was no love intent. This was nothing because this was a black cause. And the speech that you heard, I know you heard the conversation they had, or maybe you didn't. This had nothing to do with anything about positivity and love and trying to keep the streets clean. This was based purely off hate. So that's by definition a hate crime. I get you think it's going too far. But
it's weird to me because I think hate crime, something totally different. So for me, I think this is kind of weird. But
many of them, you can spit in somebody's face, call someone a nigger, and that's a hate crime. So I mean, a hate crime is all with intention, all your intent, in purpose. But they were charged. Will it stick? Who knows? We don't know if it'll stick, but that's kind of where it is right now. We also have these individuals.
Wants to violate a 15-year-old. No, I'm asking a question. She's a child. She bumped into me when she did something wrong.
On that last one, I don't think hate crime is too much. This one, she got charged with a felony assault. So this was the one in Detroit where the Chick-fil-A lady was talking shit. Chipotle lady was my fault. Nigga said, "Ho, hold on, nigga, don't fucking nigga not nigga." Hey,
about his
Sully Chipotle's name.
Hey. No, but no, it was Chipotle. Jillian. She's German. Wustenberg. But anyway, so she had a situation in Chipotle in Detroit. Again, the thing that sucks about these videos that I always talk about is we're missing the cause. We're missing the catalyst of the whole situation. So it's kind of hard to judge. But from what we've seen, from what they said, white lady bumped into a 13-year-old black child, 15-year-old black child. Got mad. Hey, why the fuck you bumped my daughter? Apologized to her. I'm not apologizing to shit. White lady said. Black lady said, "Oh no, you apologizing today? God damn it!" Got into the car, drove off. Black lady thought white husband tried to hit the car. She got with a piece, and motherfucker, get out my car. I'm feeling threatened. Da 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 da. So she said she felt ethnic intimidation. The white lady said, which is why she pulled out the gun. Cops said, "Fuck that shit. We're charging with a felony assault," which I think is very reasonable for pulling out a gun on someone in this situation. And we also talked that I don't think the white girl, the black family was correct in this situation. Mm-hmm. They should have let this shit ride. This is one of those things like, you gonna apologize? No. All right, bitch. Bye. And then you just walk the fuck on. But that's kind of all it should have been. It should have never got escalated to this. And then we had this other situation.
But I'm both right now. Got me talking about my life.
This non-dancing ass white kid, he got punched.
Getting it though. He got the foot in the air. Shit.
That nigga like
you can't tell me I ain't finna be on them hoes at the party. I'm gonna be off dancing with everybody.
He was trying to, and that's. I don't mean to make fun. I don't think that teacher tried hard enough to stop that dude for one. But the guy that hit the 12-year-old kid that was dancing, was Cedric Charles Moore. He was 27 years old. He was a convicted felon, ex-felon. He had 4 felony assault cases on his jacket. If I'm not mistaken, I have notes right here, so I'm not mistaken. He got charged with a 2nd-degree felony assault plus a 1st-degree felony of child endangerment. So all those people that are fucking up, man, they're coming after y'all guys. So I mean, if y'all want to do some hate crimes or some stupid shit, white, black, or other. Just don't, man. Like it's pointless. It's not gonna get you to anywhere where you want to get to, especially if you have no fight into the situation. If you're not racist, don't do racist shit. It's that simple. If you have no problem with a certain group of people or a certain situation, then don't fucking do it, right? No? Yes?
Okay, so we got a correction.
What's the correction?
It's not Detroit, it's Ann Arbor. Andrea Simmons says it's not even near.
They're literally like a mile from each other, aren't they?
Yeah, Ann Arbor.
He used to live up there, I believe. So
Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, no. Okay, so wrong state.
Totally wrong.
No, both of them in Michigan. Both of them in Michigan. Yeah, Detroit and Ann Arbor.
Wrong area, though.
Okay, well, so my fault. It wasn't in Detroit. It was in Ann Arbor. My fault.
Yeah.
Which is where Michigan is at.
Michigan, yeah. Isn't Ann Arbor the capital of Michigan? I know Ann Arbor is the capital of Michigan.
I'm bad at geography. I don't fucking know.
No, it's up north.
It's
cold.
not Detroit, but I mean.
No, it's not Detroit.
Yeah.
It's cold. But yeah, I don't.
Right.
No, you're right. My fault, Miss Simmons. But
Oh,
no.
she's from Detroit. And they get it
Oh,
right.
she is? My fault.
That shit right.
Like, she corrected you last time too. Just
She
saying.
did. So I said
she
Detroit.
did.
I
You said
swore,
Detroit, and
I
she
thought
said
it was
Ann
Detroit.
Arbor, so I corrected you again, and then she's like, "It's Ann Arbor."
That's 2 times. Don't let the shit happen again,
I don't want
man.
no beef. I don't want her coming over. She was one talking shit on Facebook about the waiting to exhale line. She's so much gonna burn my clothes and shit. I don't want no beef, man. I mean, shit. I met you by this nigga. I don't want no beef. I want you to come over here. That's your partner, right? God damn, you bring
y'all
heat.
was messing with her husband, so.
Yeah,
No,
she was
messing with her husband, calling him Carl Thomas and
She
shit.
was, yeah, that he's a good guy. He's over here trying to love you, and you want to get DMX and shit. He's trying to make
I know
love.
who's Jada in that relationship. That's why she was mad at me and disagreeing with me. I got you.
Hater. So let me see if I can get somebody on the phone real quick. I'm working with my tablet. I should have some like filler music.
That Eminem song we've been waiting to hear. That should be the filler.
I should play that. this. Eminem has a whole new song with what's his name?
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi. It's the album. They have an album coming out. So that was just a single, right, Brianna?
Yeah.
All right, just some extra shit. But Kid Cudi, Eminem. It's called The Moon Man and Slim Shady. The Adventures of the Moon Man and Slim Shady. And Eminem killed that verse. He's just on his shit talking about how he's better. He needs that respect that he's not getting, which I don't understand why people are not giving him his respect. Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore gonna come down.
Mount Rushmore, goddammit. This is gonna be a good question. I mean, I guess all these relationships.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Hey,
Can you hear me, Ashley?
yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, good. So we have Ashley on the line.
She asked about the babysitter shit.
Hold on, Ashley. Hold on. Tell me, let me compose myself. So you got your whole motherfucking picture on the scene now.
Yeah.
I thought it was a hidden.
I know.
I'm lost.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about me.
We have that up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He doesn't care about my job. He doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, I don't care about none of this. She got her whole name and everything. I was gonna call her
Yeah,
Ash. I was gonna put the whole first, last, and middle name, and I was gonna put her.
You got your whole body.
Thank you, KK. Thank you.
Hey, it was funny when I posted this shit up. He's like, hold on, who is that? Hey, like, hold on, is that?
They got your name in bold letters on the side.
Hey, I told you I got Sean's too. I showed you
I
Sean's,
pray to
right?
baby Jesus that nobody recognizes me.
They really like Sean though. Hey, no bullshit.
I think that's my teacher.
That one.
Really? We didn't have to go there either.
This nigga got employment and everything out there. God damn it, KK.
I
didn't say what school you at. Anonymous
caller. What
not gonna answer these calls anymore.
What topic do you have for us today?
Too funny.
All right, y'all. My friend, she's in a little situation. She doesn't want to get entangled. Okay. So
change the status, goddammit.
So just to make a really long story short, I guess, she met this gentleman. I don't know, maybe like a year ago. They were friends. They met like on a dating app, but then they just turned out to be really cool friends, right? And so everything was platonic the entire time until maybe like a couple months ago that they had sex. Dun, dun, dun. And so
hold on, was one of them kind of mentally unstable and had to get some comfort?
You know what? I don't know his status, but I'll just let you know.
He gonna snitch.
He gonna make a whole Facebook Live video and tell.
Oh shit! So they met. They were friends. They hung out. They ended up having sex.
Yeah, and so ever since that time, because it's been recent, right? So now it's what they do. So like when they hang out, they'll hang out, whatever, and they have sex, right? But
Is that like all they do? You keep on stressing sex. Is that like
Can't
it?
go nowhere.
Because that's the new part of the thing.
guess-
Now they fuck.
I mean, I
open.
guess it's because that's the only thing that changed the dynamic, I guess, because before it was really just platonic, so they never really did anything like that.
Okay.
So now with that being thrown in the mix, so he has already made it known to her that he is not looking to settle down anytime soon. Like, he does not want a relationship. So she feels
That COVID.
like it would be best. I'm gonna need you guys to relax, okay? Well, I got my picture up there talking about how I got the Rona. Anyways,
You got some.
she so basically she's just at this point where she feels like they should not like engage in sex because she's already aware of the fact that she's an emotional person. She doesn't want to become entangled, right? Where she becomes emotionally invested in him, knowing that he's already made it clear that he's not looking to settle down, right? But when she voices it to him, he kind of makes it seem like she's, I don't know, I guess like overthinking it or blowing it out of proportion, because he basically says that. Okay, so that's the thing. So the question is, should she just stop having sex with him, or is she overthinking it? Because he says that he's not looking for a relationship, but then he'll also follow it with the fact that she's like to him, it's like, you should just let things happen organically, right? But she's like, but if I already know that you're not even open to the idea, then there's no point in us even having sex and ruining a friendship.
So the question
right?
that you're trying to find or lead yourself to, I guess with the situation that they're going through, should she still Croft one more goddamn time? I'm gonna disconnect, and we're gonna just talk about this ourselves betwixt the two, the three of us. God damn.
Ain't even no pollen outside. Go get your nose swabbed.
I'm practicing. They want us to go back to work, so I'm practicing as to why I shouldn't go back to work. But that's besides the point.
Wow. So you're in that situation, or you're a friend or whomever, and you're trying to figure out if they should still, I don't know.
She is trying to figure out if she should continue having sex with him and just kind of see where it goes, or
yeah, it's too late. That shit
ain't already going told her that shit ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. Like,
so what y'all think?
If she want to have sex with him, she can still have sex with him, but it ain't going past that.
You don't think so?
I know so.
No, he laid the foundation to make sure
he
that
said
shit.
He knows so.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's not me. I'm just saying.
I ain't doing no with that bitch. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to point out something that should have been obvious to her and even in the question. Like, he literally played a double, like, word game with y'all. He said, I don't want anything. Just see where this goes. Yeah. Like, he gave her just enough to hold on to, but at the same time, it already said, I don't want a relationship. So he set the ground rules. Now he gave her just enough so she can hang on, so he keeps fucking. That's all he did, and she's dumb if she go for it. Flat out.
Gotcha.
Fuck yeah. He literally said, I don't want nothing.
I kind of.
And then when she pulled back, he was like, oh, we should see where it goes.
I got a couple comments real quick.
Go ahead.
Frankie Brown says he just wants the draws.
Okay.
Retaz says that he just wants to be fuck buddies. And Andrea Simmons says she's introducing Ashley to some new friends for a new friend circle.
Get in the DMs, goddammit. So can you get the name out so we get the DM?
It's easy for us to judge and not judge, but give advice. When you're in that situation, though, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
the part she's not admitting, she already has feelings.
Well, yeah, that's it.
She already has feelings. You know how women are.
But no. You go ahead. I cut you off. Go ahead.
So it's been almost a year since they met. There was already an initial interest, clearly. They wouldn't have swiped right on each other or whatever the fuck if they hadn't had an interest.
So how was that year? Were they talking to each other throughout the year, on and off, or were they?
Now, the reality is when you get in a relationship, that's what dating is anyway. You get to know a person and see if you like them. They clearly liked each other enough where they were hanging out a lot and became close friends. So now the next step just took a lot longer than most dating does these days, where now they're fucking. So obviously she had feelings for him because she appreciated his friendship. Now they're fucking, so she probably has even more of an emotional attachment because of that, because most women don't know how to separate sex from the other stuff.
Yeah.
So now she's just looking for a reason to convince herself why she should keep being his fuck buddy because she doesn't want to lose him altogether. She knows the real answer. She's just trying to convince herself otherwise.
But don't you think? Ooh. But don't you think, like, kind of with the situations? I mean, I agree with everything you're saying, like 100%. But like everything I said before, when it comes to situations, don't you think it's always more? Like what is it like how's y'all's relationship, their relationship, or what's the dynamic of it? Like what is the dynamic of their relationship, for as much as you can say from what you know? I'm pretty sure y'all gossip
like,
and
what
talk.
do you mean? Like, is it just like a? Well, see, I think that's where she gets confused, is because when you have a fuck buddy, from what I heard, you just like fuck, right? And there's not really a lot of emotion that goes into it, I guess. But when she hangs out with him, like they don't just go fuck and then that's it. Like they hang out and they talk and like they have that connection, but I think she still feels like he still only calls her when he wants to fuck. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why he would do the additional stuff. I don't know. I don't have the answers to that.
It was a slow dating process. Like I said, when most people date, they go out a few times, they hang out, they talk, they get to know each other, and then it goes to that physical level. Well, they just took the long way to get to that physical level.
What do you mean the long way?
They were hanging out for like almost a year, she said. So that means they got to know each other. So they were, again, if some people, let's say they date for a couple months. Okay, they got to know each other over the course of a couple months, then they start fucking. Some people go faster, a couple days, whatever.
So their relationship took a lot longer to get to that point.
Right.
And when it got to that point, it just stalemated and it got stagnant at that point.
Not even got stagnant, just they took it to the next level. Like they went ahead and got physical at that point. So, I mean, that's why I said I'm like they slow dated. Like I once, long time ago. Long time ago. I waited 8 months to sleep with a woman. I was irritated, honestly.
You specifically waited 8 months to sleep with?
Well, I didn't wait. She made me wait. She wasn't ready physically. Oh, wow. Me personally, I don't lose. So at this point,
ready. Me
I was
personally, I was born ready.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold tight.
Challenge!
Yeah. After I hit it, I was done. I was like, all right, prove my point.
Hey, that happens.
I knew it.
Hashtag men ain't shit.
No. Hey, fuck it.
8 months?
Hey. You ain't shit making a nigga wait on that. Making a nigga wait on that goddamn. You gonna play games?
Cool,
all right, you play games.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at the finish line.
So,
time is fine with me.
So that's why I say, yeah. So some people just take longer to get there, and that's what it sounds like their situation.
Hold on, time out. And is this the same nigga talking about women and Jada talking about?
Didn't I clearly say there have been plenty of times where I wasn't shit? I
He's
said
changed
that.
over the years.
Exactly. I learned to grow. That's why I said I knew at certain points in time I was doing shit that was foul. I can admit that.
We all can. We've all been there. But I guess in that situation.
Okay, so basically, she's just a booty call. That's what y'all are telling me.
No, I'd say glorified booty call.
I mean, me personally, depending on the situation, I guess when you're talking about, to me, it's always more to everything. And that's my biggest mantra when I'm talking about shit like this. It's always more to it. It's never just one-dimensional. Again, if it's something as simple as you're saying, then yeah, from what we're listening to, like, it sounds very lame as fuck, to be honest with you. But I guess if you look at the dynamic of the situation, when it comes to her, you have to ask her deep down, what does she feel about the guy in the situation, if that makes any sense, and how their dynamic is. They're the only two that can kind of determine that without, because it sounds lame as fuck.
It also sounds like she wants more. It sounds like she's saying, should I hang right? So she knows what she wants.
Well, yeah, she wants to settle down. So that's the thing. Does it really make sense for her to keep going back if she wants something that he's already said he doesn't want?
Absolutely not.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense.
None. And she's gonna fuck around and waste her time with this idiot and miss out on something that could be what she actually wants.
Dynamic.
Because I promise whoever she meets, and she's like, oh yeah, I kind of have a fuck buddy. I'm like, well, bitch, what the fuck am I wasting my time with you for? Although obviously she probably won't tell him.
I hope your friend would.
But men know.
Yeah.
KK went, so hold on, bitch. Yeah, you better break up with me before you go.
I need all that shit I did back. Cash at me the motherfucking dinners and lunches and all that shit. I want all that shit back.
Cash at me.
All them dates we went on.
Cash at me 50% of every goddamn thing, bitch. I've seen your receipts. Listeners, everyone listening, what do y'all think about the situation? that Ashley's partner's in or whatnot. Do you think she should stay? Of course, everyone's gonna say she should leave. Everyone here basically thinks it's just a situation that we kind of been in before and see where it's gonna go as men, so to speak. I don't think it's the best dynamic to start something, so to speak. I also don't think I'm the guy that needs no more. You know what I mean? So I don't want to count old buddy out. You know what I mean?
She don't gotta leave him, but shit, test the market. Shit, go meet somebody else.
Always dating is dating. That's what it is. No, dating is dating. That's what it is.
Why the fuck is you sitting there wasting your time when he's telling you go look for something else?
Yeah, he's doing that because when
he'll switch up though.
From KK?
He'll switch. She said, "Got another point."
That's 2 points. 2 points for you, KK.
Yeah, but he'll switch up when he loses.
That's a star for you, Marcus. Gold star for you.
But yeah, he laid out that foundation so that when he gets caught with another woman, he can just tell her, "I told you we weren't together. I told you I wasn't serious. He's laying that groundwork."
See,
right
that's what you. That's kind of going deeper into it, like with the Jada shit. That's kind of could it happen? Yeah, but again, it all depends what the conversation they had when it comes to
the conversation.
She just needs to enjoy it for right now, be along for the ride, and move on about her business.
And who knows? Maybe
she can't do that.
She can't, yeah, she already said she can't.
Yeah, why couldn't she?
Because she's looking for more. Yeah. She's developed feelings, it sounds like. She's like, well, should I hang on? Because maybe he'll change it. He ain't changing his mind.
He showed his colors.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That's what men do. We tell you this and then give you just enough to hang on to. That little glimmer of hope.
She.
I appreciate that, Adrian. You get 5 points for that.
He gets.
I
had gold
stars. I'm bombing 5.
She. I guess that's interesting. She I don't know. Is it ever come a time to where like women I get too involved into something and I don't know. I've never been a woman in this situation.
What do you mean get too involved into something?
You don't see the signs?
Yeah, not necessarily see the signs, but I don't know. I need to gather my thoughts on this one. Really, I don't. I just think it's a situation. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. I'm trying to figure out like maybe it's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm trying to find the.
You've got women on the line. You could ask her. You could don't try to put yourself in the brain of a woman. Just ask a woman.
Ask them, right?
Yeah.
Leave that nigga.
Ask Ashley.
Go fuck.
Don't ask me. I asked the question.
Go fuck his friend. Go see if he has a friend that's of age and go fuck his friend. That's what. That's what Jada. That's what Jada would do. That's what Jada would do.
You gonna have them motherfuckers fight each other over here? Say
that's what they ain't coming to the show fighting.
I thought I gave bad advice.
Just tell her to leave that one alone. I'm sure there's another one around the corner.
Don't leave it. Enjoy life. Keep getting what you're getting from him, but find what you want. And when you get what you want,
KK basically saying just pass the pussy out.
No, I ain't say pass it out.
Nah, I didn't. Like a whole new man.
She said he came back a whole new man.
See, the issue with that though, because some women, and maybe she's different.
She gonna fall in love with that motherfucker too, right?
Well, what happens? No, a lot of women, they won't be fucking two dudes at the same time. So what she'll do is she'll be dating somebody. I said a lot. I didn't say all.
Brandon said, "Hey, Brandon got quiet in the bitch." She said,
"I was trying to see where he's going."
Small prediction. Because what'll happen is she'll start dating somebody new, but she'll have her little fuck buddy. And because she won't want to feel like a hoe, a slut, whatever, she'll be dating old boy, but she won't let him hit yet. Until she feels like the time's right. And dude's going to get impatient. He's going to be like, why ain't she fucking me? We've been going out. Things are going good, whatever. And it's because she's still entangled with the other dude, right? And so homeboy that she's dating that she isn't giving up the draws to, he's going to pick up on it. Because men know if she ain't fucking me, she's fucking somebody. And then that's why I said she might end up fucking around and missing out on what she actually wants.
Touche.
Okay, so I'm getting like mixed messages. So I tell her to stop fucking and start dating, or to keep fucking and date and fuck other people. Like, what are we telling her here?
I'm sure old boy fucking dating somebody else. I mean,
he already is. Well, here's a question. Then you know your friend better than anybody. So is she the type to be able to fuck multiple men and not have any qualms or
just two,
or not even just fuck,
just two,
not even just fuck. I mean, just openly
why she didn't have sex with him.
Just openly
because she was with somebody else.
She is.
But just
a pattern.
But
this is a pattern.
It's almost like I'm right.
This is a pattern, though.
Women can't tell. You're not right.
In this particular situation, I didn't say they can't. I said if she's not that type of person to do that, she's going to feel some type of way about doing that. So she's going to make whoever she's dating.
She's loyal to the dick.
Right. And so she's going to end up making the dude that she's actually interested in dating wait for sex she has her fuck buddy, and he's going to pick up on the shit.
I hope that
So don't you think that it would be best?
I hope that the guy that she's loyal to the dick with, I hope she ain't loyal to some lame ass dick, because
that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of. It's a whole. I mean, that would suck to put yourself in a situation to where you're waiting around for some lame pee-pee. Not even a cock, you got pee-pee, penis. Penis.
Still got it.
I don't know. I guess her thing is that she doesn't want to lose the friendship. So I guess she should probably just stop fucking him.
Yes.
In general. And just fuck somebody else.
Man, that nigga he ain't gonna be her friend when he done. Hey, she better get on. Hey, trust me, it won't be no more. How was your day? He's done. If she stopped giving him something, tell him them text messages done.
You think so?
No, so man.
Straight to ignore, right?
You think he's still gonna text her? Hey, how was work? I don't give a fuck how your day was no more. Like you moved on, right? So whatever.
Bitch, move the fuck on.
I'll just say this: if he does, then he exposed himself that was his motive the whole time.
Thank you.
If he's still cool,
give me
then
another
they're
point.
good friends.
I'm finna get a triple double today. Fuck around and got a triple double today.
He's not playing with these points tonight. He's not playing. Y'all better give him the credit where it's due.
KK is giving y'all 2 weeks worth of shit right now. Goddamn it. KK is not bullshitting. He came with it, but that's the advice we got for your partner and shit. So I guess communicate it to
let
her.
us know what she do.
Yeah, let us know what she don't do.
Let y'all know.
We should have a follow-up.
Because the other one that you gave that follow-up last week was actually a really good follow-up. That was
with the
husband.
Yeah,
that was a good.
What was the question last week? It was about
the babysitter situation.
Yeah, what's your friend? Is your friend beating the shit out of that kid yet, or what's going on with that?
Oh yeah. So I was like, wait, what are you guys talking about?
So real quick, real quick, Ash. So anyone that's just tuning in right now, we have 2 different topics. Last week, Ashley called in because her friend is in a situation where she's being a nanny to a child. Child is acting
another
up.
Friend.
Being a nanny to a child of another friend. So she's babysitting her friend's kid. Kid acting up, acting bad, and her friend can't beat the kid's ass basically, and she doesn't know how much she would want to discipline or how much she should. So the question was, how do we feel, or what do we think about spanking other people's kids?
It's a no.
So that's the conversation. Adrian actually gave some real good advice that basically just conversation, which is probably the answer to not just that topic, but the current topic. Y'all need to have that conversation with the kids, 2 parents, and yourself, and kind of figure out how we need to discipline this kid. And if the answer to that isn't what you can live with, then fucking stop nannying for that kid. So with that situation, how did that go with the whole nanny situation?
She actually did have because the mom is in Japan, but she went over to the dad's house, and then they were all on a call basically. So she explained to the mom what was happening and all that stuff. So mom did give her permission to discipline him.
Define discipline. Full out, whoop his ass. Pinch his ear back.
But only if necessary.
Which makes sense.
So, but my friend also did voice to them that she thinks that he does need to seek professional help because she thinks that he does have a lot of separation anxiety from being away from mom. And so a lot of the times when he's having the tantrums, in the middle of it all, he'll start crying for his mom, right? He's only 4, first time being away from mom. So she also let them know that. So they're actually in the process of trying to find him some help.
Okay.
But yeah, she had him this week, and whenever he was acting up, she just took his iPad, which was like the end of the world for him, right? But it helped. So
I know there's also issues with the father. How is that going? Was that ever addressed with all 3?
So before dad would drop the little boy off, even when he was off, and not spend any time with him, any quality time at least. So she also let dad know that it's probably in his best interest to
step the fuck
keep
up
him on those days, and actually spend time. And she also really emphasized be present with him, not just be with him, but be present with him because this is the first time that he's spending time with his dad like this.
Okay.
And, you know, it's just vital to his.
Well, it seems like that situation has gotten addressed at least. So
Yeah.
Hopefully that should be good. And again, I know KK just said, "Oh hell no, you ain't touching my goddamn child."
How do y'all feel about that? About your kids?
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't punish like that anyway. So yeah, it's not going to be acceptable for others too. So
I'm
like
okay with it.
Me, they mama, and my mama. That's it. Nobody else put your fucking hands on my kids. You can discipline, but you can't touch them.
I don't. Me personally, I don't let everyone watch my kids. Not saying that y'all do, but I don't let everyone watch my kids. So if I let you watch my kids, I trust you at the whole full scale of watching my kids. Brianna, if she ever watched my daughters, I would let Brianna. And if she ever had to spank them for something, and I know it's not going to be for something petty, it's for something that they really did, and I would trust her to make the decision. I wouldn't let just some any random Joe watch my child though. So again,
my kids were bad when they was in that. You knew that before they spent the night. Like you said, don't touch them. Don't fucking put your hands on my kids. It's just that simple.
And see, I would tell you like, hey, I don't mind if your kids are here, but if they act up, I'm treating them as if they're my own. And if you don't like that, then they don't have to stay the night. Simple as that. I'm not gonna act out like I'm gonna treat them like they're my kids. I'm gonna love them and take care of them as if they're my own.
People hit other people's kids. They don't hit their own kids. I was like, you ain't gonna touch my motherfucker.
No, I hit my own kids.
I've seen my kids' aunties whoop nephews, and they're like, your daughter worse than them. You don't touch your daughter.
Nah, I whoop my kids. I whoop my kids.
I was being serious.
You're laughing, motherfucker. But see, I whoop my kids. So like I said, if I'm gonna whoop my kids for doing something, and your kids do the exact same thing, your kids are gonna get it too. And if you don't like that, that's totally fine. I'm not trying to raise your kids, but that's how my household is. They don't have to stay the night, but I'm not gonna have your kids or my kids run around this house like it's theirs, acting a fool, tearing shit up. Period. But like I said, if you don't appreciate that, I'm not mad. It's just your fucking kid. Yeah. Hey, motherfucker, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go home, nigga.
Yeah, I'll pick them up.
But simple as that. I mean, but if they don't act up, then that's not even a conversation we ever have to worry about. But again, I'm not gonna whoop them and spank them because they, fucking touch my walls or something like that. I'm gonna spank them because they over there fighting, acting an ass, and doing something they ain't got no motherfucking business doing. So again, it's one of those last line of defense that I think someone watching someone's kid should have. Yeah. But I guess when y'all that's a cool conversation that they had, and it's kind of dope. Again, thanks for following up on that. I didn't even tell you we were gonna follow up on that, but that's cool. Thanks for following up on that and giving us that information. And of course, it's crazy. It's a mixed room about that because I know you said you didn't think that many people would be okay with disciplining someone else's kids. But again, this is a black show, goddamn, and a bunch of niggas here. I know I whoop other people's kids. I know my kids are probably gonna whoop other people too. But again, I don't have everybody watching my kids. But thanks for the follow up, and also let us know how the situation goes with old girl and old dude, and how that
I'll let y'all know
kind of how that pans out, because that'll be interesting as well. It can go either way at this point. It's not good or bad. It's just going to be a situation that again, conversation. They got to figure that shit out, what she can handle and what he wants, and then wherever it goes from there is where it's going to go. But again, Miss Ash, teacher, San Antonio, Texas.
Wow,
thank you.
dang!
Put that on top of the head.
That's not the district I work for. I
Put
know that, but it's not it.
No, I just said San Antonio teacher. I didn't say what district. I didn't say north or northeast or nothing like that. I didn't say none of that.
Dang!
But again, but again, thank you for your call in and your insight. Keep on. Hey, I appreciate you and your fucked up friends, because y'all are gonna keep this segment. Y'all are gonna keep this segment open. So keep on.
Your friends not fucked up.
Yeah, no. Keep on allowing your friends to thought around.
10 more points for KK.
KK won.
Right,
KK won.
y'all.
All right, thank you and your thought friends. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Did you say her thought friends?
I was going to say thoughtful, but she hung up before I said the full part. So now going into that when it comes to relationships and just the whole conversation piece when it comes to just people, men and women dealing with each other. KK actually kind of wanted to open up about something that's real.
Did I? I said no.
No,
sir.
He said no.
No, sir.
About something that's kind of dope, and it's something that stems. I mean, everyone has been in this situation in a sense. I know we kind of touched on it last week. Relationships and maintaining bad marriages, relationships, whatever.
People do it all the time.
Yeah.
Though, so.
Kind of how what she was talking about, which I don't think is to the extent of what the real issue is. Like I said, I've seen women that were getting beat by men and would act like they're in the best relationship and would never leave. I've seen women that are dating people that they fucking can't stand. I've seen men dating women that they just fucking hate to come home to, and that's their daily routine, and it makes their life fucking miserable. Not saying that every bad relationship is to that extent, but a bad relationship at the end of the day is a fucking bad relationship. So, you want the floor?
No, I'm just here. I want the floor.
You don't want it?
Nah, I don't want the floor.
All right.
But I can chime in though. But
well, what do you think about that? I mean, whether you wanna, what do you think about that?
I just know like people live through it. You know what I'm saying? I guess when you talk, like even me, like if someone was to come to me, people that have come to me, be like, well, what would you do? How y'all? Like just because somebody been together for a long time, it don't mean shit perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like people think, oh, you been with that? Okay, we all have issues, but I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People have not left because where the fuck they gonna go? Like some people.
You think that's a catalyst, so to speak?
Yeah. Well, like I think if you in a relationship with somebody, in the whole relationship, y'all been doing shit together, you don't save no money. Well, if that's it, then what? Yeah. Where the fuck you gonna go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
comfort.
Comfort, kids. It's just like it's just what you know. A lot of people just stay because that's just what they know.
Well, I've seen, and I don't know if I have not been into a lot of real serious relationships. For that point, I'm not ready to settle down for something that I'm not 100% in love with, so to speak. And I don't mean the person. I've cared about many of people, but the situation just sometimes hasn't just been right for me. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I'm picky as shit. And I'll fuck your friend. So I'm not gonna get into a situation to
where
where
did that come from though? You're the most random motherfucker I know, man. I could love you, but I fuck your friend. It's like, God damn.
No, but if I have that feel, like if I'm not committed and 100%, like my mind will wander in that sense. Does that make sense? Like,
to a friend.
Nigga, your friend, your mama, your auntie, nigga. I mean, just I mean,
you're on your own on that.
Hey, you need some counseling for real, man.
I got boundaries.
Guys,
where does your line stop, mama?
No, all that shit. No.
So you won't fuck a friend?
I will not fuck friends. No.
Guys, on the cool, I was joking. I was joking. Hold on. Disclaimer, guys. I was totally joking. Like it was.
Nah, that motherfucker is serious.
No, I mean, I've had situations, and Brandon will tell you, and I haven't done shit. You know what I mean? So I'm just joking. It's all fun and games. But on the real, like I would cheat. You know, if I feel like I'm not 100% invested in a situation for whatever reason, you nag too much. I don't see a future in it or whatever. I will have cold feet, and it's like I won't go into it because.
So you find a reason anyway, huh?
To sabotage.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold feet regardless, no matter what.
No, I've lost some really good ones. You know what I mean? That I wish I would have.
Because
it was me.
That's what
we're saying. You sabotage.
That's what we're saying.
No. I wouldn't say
they haven't done nothing not to be the one, right?
No. Well,
lean back, like it's a couch. Let's talk.
So real quick before you get started, Andrea says you're Jada.
Exactly.
Okay, so when
that's
it comes,
why he didn't like the predatory.
Well, whatever. No, I'm gonna try to be as open and honest as I can right now, as raw as it is. These are raw thoughts, so these are just nothing that I've actually had time to negotiate these thoughts. So, when you say sabotage, I would think of like me purposely fucking up the situation, right?
Not necessarily.
But that's what I think when you say sabotage.
You just consciously do it. Like,
No. I was just young and dumb at that time. Like I didn't understand how to maintain, treat, and love a female at that time. If that's sabotage, then yes, I did it. So y'all use whatever word to describe what you're trying to describe from my words. You know, I was just young, stupid, and just naive. I was enjoying playing football, college football, nigga on campus type deal, just enjoying that, not realizing that you have to pick. You can't have them both. I was trying to have them both, if that makes any sense. But has nothing to do with the topic. Back to the topic of just maintaining bad relationships. I'm kind of interested into why people do it. KK has the outlook on it. Anybody listening, you heard what KK say. You can get a nigga some more points. He wants points. God damn it.
Need affirmation.
Nigga talking about his love language.
Affirmation.
So what do y'all think about the reasons why? And if you have maintained a bad relationship or been in a bad relationship, give me your insight on that. I'm kind of curious on or as to why you have personally been into one. What are your thoughts on? Have you ever been in a relationship?
I mean, we talked about it last week. And I said, yeah, I've been in them. I gave the reasons. So I mean, I just to briefly recap, like you were saying, whether it's kids, finances, comfort, dating sucks. Most people don't have fun in the dating world because you go out and, most people you don't fucking like. There's a reason you don't have 1,000 fucking friends because most people you interact with, you don't really vibe with. And it's the same for dating. So, to be out there and you go on 30 fucking dates before you find the woman that you're like, okay, we click and it could be a relationship. So if you finally leave that relationship, to know you got to go through that whole fucking process again, it's not something people look forward to.
You older.
Yeah.
No energy. Like, I don't want to go out tonight.
Shit, I gotta get up. Get dressed.
That dimple dropped a little bit and everything.
I can't wear no basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
Exactly. I'll fly, then go spend $100 on this dinner, and this bitch may not even. It's
the dating game sucks. Yeah, I agree with that. So I guess just being comfortable with where your life is at, not going back to some bullshit. I'm cool with this bullshit. That bullshit, I know I'm not cool with
at all.
I know I don't like that bullshit.
Yeah.
But then what happens if the new bullshit I get into is even worse than this bullshit?
Oh shit!
Then I'm really fucked.
That is a horrible way to look at why people are in relationships, though. Like, I get it's more to it, and that's just the bad side about it. But it's like, man, we're just gonna figure out who we're gonna be with to obtain the bullshit that I can take. Like, that's one of those things where it's like, I feel like, me personally, I am better than, and everyone thinks that I'm pretty sure, everyone thinks that they're better than just being in a situation that is just the least bullshit that I can handle. The best bullshit I could get.
And no matter how much you dislike your partner, whoever you living with, whatever situation is, like, you still don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, if you just like, I'm out of here, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't easy for nobody to take.
There's a line in T.I.'s song that kind of hit me hard in this one. He's talking about his dad and his relationship. And he said there's nothing like two people that basically all of a sudden one of their minds just changed and they just get up and leave. Yeah. Like, that shit hurts.
Yeah.
You have plans with somebody, figuring shit out, making a life with each other, and all of a sudden she's like, all right, well, I don't think I want to do this with you no more. And I'm going to fucking holler at you. We good. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
just like what?
Like just that quick. Like, I didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. And just all of a sudden, just things changed. And I think it sucks, but I also think it also sucks for people. And I can't speak for everyone, but just I see a lot of people unhappy going home to an unhappy home. And I personally would rather go home by myself and date randoms for the rest of my life before I go home and pay bills to a place that I am not fucking happy at. And I wish more people would do that. Would get themselves out of situations like that, whether it's an abusive situation or whether it's just a motherfucker who you just outgrew. And it's like, nigga, we was good. Like, I don't hate you. You don't hate me. But just like, we're just not there no more. And try to get out and be friends and find your happiness and peace elsewhere, whether it's somebody else or by yourself. But imagine nigga going home and paying bills in a place that you fucking don't like to be at, and paying car payments and light bills. So like, motherfucker, like, why, nigga? Like, why would you do that? I know it happens, but if anybody wants to, I really want someone to open up about this topic. I can, but I haven't been in many relationships, so I don't have any knowledge in it. But if anyone listening, what do you got, Bree? Nothing? You gonna say something? I heard you. Y'all heard that too, right? She wet the whistle like a motherfucker.
Andrea says people who are married after so many years sometimes need counseling and don't seek it.
I mean, I think counseling. I know Charlemagne is one of the bigger ones that always talk, and I'm a big fan of him. But he always talks about how counseling is not necessarily for people that need help. It's just sometimes good to just talk to somebody.
Well, because I think people don't think of their mental health the same way they do their regular health. Like you go get a checkup every so often, not because you're sick, not because something's wrong, but just to make sure things are good. Just to kind of same way you take your car, get a tune-up. Just is everything working like it should?
And that's exactly what she just said. It's an oil change for a marriage.
Yeah. So
y'all must know each other. Fuck y'all. But anyway, so that's the thing with that. I mean, I if someone ever wants to, like I said, reach out to us and have this conversation, I would really love to talk to both of y'all and kind of just see where it's at. Hopefully, other people hearing what y'all are going through, kind of like the Tiffany situation, someone can get some unexpected counseling or advice to it. So anyway, that's my piece on that. Another conversation from last week was the female and woman conversation. Every woman that's on here listening, I want your fucking advice. To me, it doesn't fucking matter. Again, I'm not a female or a woman. What do y'all prefer? Female, Brianna, I got a woman here. Female, woman. What do y'all prefer? Or do you even care? Is it a petty thing or what is it?
I'd rather be called a woman than a female.
Okay.
Why?
Yes.
Female.
Is it for the same reason we talked about earlier?
Animal shit.
What, or is it just what did you? I'm not going to lead the conversation. I'll let you answer.
It's one of those words that we as women are taught that female is just a bad word.
I thought that was bitch.
That too, but that's female. That's kind of the word that they use.
So you feel like if someone calls you a female, they're calling you a bitch without saying female dog? Like,
but it's funny because we call each other bitches all the time.
All the fucking time. And be
dancing. I do it.
Be dancing like a motherfucker to it too.
Intent.
I think,
we're not going to.
And I could be wrong, but when y'all hear it, does it give you this kind of connotation of like, almost like an object? Like it doesn't have value or like, I guess anything that, we think of with human characteristics, just female, like it's just kind of this thing with a vagina. Is that?
That's what it is.
Okay. So from the comments, anybody listening, let me know if they chime in because I want to get another woman's perspective. Not that yours isn't good enough. I'm just curious on what everyone would say about this conversation. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I'll call you female, woman, Susie, Becky, Laquan, whatever. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you. There's no ill will in my.
Everyone's agreeing right now.
In my conversation,
I googled it. You know what I'm saying, just to see. And
what'd it say?
Offhand, I mean, it said when you use it in a sentence, it's preferred like how you define an animal. You know what I'm saying? Like it had
that same shit from
deer,
earlier.
Yeah, it had a deer, a dog. Like it's not human. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I get why they don't want to be called female, but
after that conversation we had,
what's that mean?
Female, you're still a female to me, goddamn. But
I
after that,
I think it's the derogatory. But I mean, I get what
you're not a girl, or female, or a woman.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel. Like before that kind of came out when you Googled that. I know you talked about earlier before the show. I never understood. I figured it was synonymous with female, woman, girl.
That's what I always thought. Because I remember seeing the thing. You fill out an application or whatever, and it's male or female. Check one. So I never really. I don't have a negative connotation with it. Like if you call me a male, I'm like, okay,
all right,
yeah, or I'm a man, male, like, same shit to me.
You're right. I got a dick. That's me. Yeah. Yep, that's me.
I think I never really noticed the big shift until all the genderisms started, becoming the thing.
Well, the biggest thing that was said was why I hate being called female. So Frankie sent something to us. We'll post that into the comments after the show. After I read it, make sure she ain't sending us some kind of shade this way. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, when it's a female male a female woman, I never cared. Someone explained to where it is female is used to describe an animal, a female dog, like you said, a female deer, just different things like that. A woman is an actual female human.
Yeah,
so if we're talking about a female human, just fucking use woman. And if you're talking about anything else outside of any kind of girl, female, woman, then we're going to use female because that describes the umbrella of things with vagina, so to speak. And I know that's fucking politically not correct nowadays, but fuck it, just work with me. You know what I'm trying to say? So I get it now. Like it makes sense. Like just call me I'll call you a girl human. Or a female human? Like with a female
that's
human.
The thing. Like I've always said, like ladies, women,
Female
females,
human.
girls, you know, the people of the feminine persuasion. Like I say all these different things because to me they're all the same. Yeah. So I never associated with that. But now
we're not
that's
talking
a thing,
to ourselves.
But now you know.
Right. And now that's a thing. I try to avoid saying it. I'm not gonna pretend I don't occasionally still say it instead of woman, but you know, yeah, I try to make the conscious effort.
You say it to the wrong one, they might hit you.
But can y'all understand that it's
If
always
you say
not
female to the wrong?
No, they take it. But
the old girl over here, what she say? She say, unless you trying to fight or some shit. Like, God damn.
But listen, can y'all understand that sometimes when people say that it's not
intentional or like
what'd you say? It's not what? It's not
intentional or malicious.
Intent matters, guys. So can you understand that it's not everything is. You can't get mad at white people for this is off topic, but you can't get mad at white people for not understanding and celebrating Juneteenth because they were never taught that shit. And I know a lot of people were mad about the culture of white folks because of that. But I mean, there's a lot of black people I know that had no idea what the fuck Juneteenth was. But that's a whole nother conversation. But intent means everything. Like we don't know, like understand, you know, gauge who you're talking to and be like, this nigga is not trying to insult me. You just don't fucking know.
And you can correct them and
leave
like,
it
my
at
bad.
that.
You know,
Keep it moving.
My fault. Yeah.
My fault. Female human. We won't do it ever again.
But when has anybody ever called a female? Oh shit! I just did.
3 seconds ago.
Never mind. What's next? I would say when call a female. Like,
the last topic again. This is another one for KK, and the reason why I bring this one up is, and this is gonna be our last one for the night. Supporting the black community, man. Black businesses. KK is one of the biggest people I know in trying to seek out spending his dollar on a black company.
And she got to be good though. I just don't just go out there. I do my research.
I mean, KK's even reached out to me to do some stuff for him, and I haven't followed through yet with it, to be honest with you. Not because I don't want to, just busy and shit, and it's just no excuse. It's bad business on my end, to be honest with you, which is why most people don't fuck with black businesses because the way they treat their consumers. Seriously, I hear that all the time. And if I was up in the running for a job that multiple people had dealing with KK, I would have, he should have gone elsewhere if he hasn't already. And I get it, you know what I mean? But what is, you support and deal with black businesses often. Or you try to.
Yeah, I try.
What is your ideal behind it, KK? Good and bad. I want them both.
It's just, I was doing it before, like, all these new Facebook pages came out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
before it got trendy?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that was like a cool thing to do.
Shaft.
What?
Work the pipe.
Oh, shit, this motherfucker.
Follow the grading.
Hey, pause that shit, man.
Go on, put your mouth to the mic.
No, is it close enough? Look, I just try.
Yeah, it's real good right now. It's real good. Yeah. Pause. Wait. Small business, black business.
Yeah.
No, for real.
About that. Yeah.
About that.
I don't see no memes and shit about this motherfucking thing in my face. I just try to support. I don't. It's not just black business, like Hispanic, right? And if I know you and you got a business, I'm gonna support you regardless. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And if I don't like your product, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the one. I'm not the one that's gonna be on. This motherfucker shit trash. Don't go. I'm gonna share your shit and let somebody else decide. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm not gonna bash you. I will support you. And if I can't support you financially, then like I got like a little following on Facebook, so I'll get your shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you'll get business. I don't know. It won't be for me personally, but it'll be somebody I know. But I just make sure I do this shit with everybody. Like people just put that shit on my page. I don't even. At first, I used to go like add to my timeline. Like I wanted to prove it. But now I'm just like, just put that shit on there. Somebody support you, they support you. Yeah.
So how do you feel about, I guess, talking about specifically black businesses? How do you feel black businesses handle their business as far as getting its comparison to others, and
they don't compare? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a choice that I make. Like, of course I can go to Polo or wherever the fuck I want to get a shirt, but I'll go. If you make shirts, I'll go get a shirt made from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still gonna get the fuck I want to wear. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get your
get
stuff
it from
too.
you.
Yeah.
I think it's a double-edged sword, and I don't know. I think people expect you to, because you're a black business, that black people are supposed to give you their money. You know what I mean? I don't think
it does feel forced.
I don't think that they really try. And I don't mean they at all. It's a total generalization. So if you're not part of this conversation, then it's not for you. Just tune out. But you know how I have a standard when I spend money at places. If that makes sense, I have a standard. It's not that high. It's not nothing crazy. It's just a bare standard. And I understand where you're at in your business, so I understand what you can and can't do. I don't have over expectations. I just have that standard. And if it's not being met, whether you're a black business, Mexican, Hispanic, or big corporation, that standard's not met. My dollars aren't going to you. You know what I mean? And I think that standard is something that a lot of local businesses, whether black or whatever, they don't understand. They feel like, you should just give me your money and then, the quality.
I'm a black business.
Yeah,
Don't work
and
like
the quality will follow later or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have something to offer me for me to give you. And if it's something that I don't appreciate, then don't expect our dollars. Like, I'm a consumer. Treat me like a fucking consumer, not like I'm just another black person that should support you because we're black. Mm-hmm. I'm a consumer when I walk in this door, and you need to treat me as such. Just like a KK. He's a consumer. He's asked me for business. I should have touched up, followed up with him, reached out to him, stuck by what I said, and gone through with what I did. I did it. You know what I mean? And I'll be the first to admit it. But, that's kind of how that is. But you can't expect, that nigga got me, you know what I mean? But I know for a fact that he tries to reach out to local people that he knows that does shit because he's got his T-shirts and cups from that way. Mm-hmm. He's even reached out to me directly. How do you feel about local or black businesses and how they interact with their consumers, how they treat their consumers?
I think there's a couple, it's a little bit, to me, I think it's complicated, but I think a couple of things that I tend to notice is, one, a lot of times us as consumers, we approach them wrong. We tend to kind of expect that because they're either a new or a black business that they should be cutting us a deal. They should be kind of hooking us up. And, we don't understand we're hurting them by that because they're not yet established like some of these other companies. So it's going to cut more into their profit margins for them to keep trying to hook people up all the time.
Yes.
It's like if you're going to support them, just support them. You don't question other people's prices. Respect the product. If it's quality product, don't expect the hookup because of whatever. On the other side of that, what I've always noticed a lot of times with black businesses is we tend to try to market too much to ourselves first.
Which is cutting your feet off of your
ankles. Right, because the whole problem, is that there's we tend to, there's that saying about how money circulates in certain communities X a number of times before it, makes it out of the community. And so if we're the lowest on the totem pole and we try to shuffle around our few dollars between ourselves, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing wrong with marketing specifically to Asian people or white people or whatever. Get that money because there's not enough money in our community.
Well, in a business sense, it's always a bad idea to only market to one group. You should market to everyone.
For sure.
Everybody.
For sure. But the biggest, market to the biggest group. Market to the group with the most money. First, I think,
don't pander the black people, goddamn.
Yeah, because one, don't pander, but two, you're limiting your market, so to speak. So I think that's one thing I've seen a lot of also is that everybody wants to sell whether it's hair or incense or and I'm not meaning to be negative. I'm just the basic things people try to get startups.
Small markets, especially in San Antonio. Yeah,
and it's like I get it because it's easier to get a foothold on, but like I said, just you have to open up that. That reach because again you can't keep the money in that same community that we're trying to get other people's money. That way you can build and grow. You're not going to build and grow if you just keep circulating that same small amount of money within your own community.
No, so that makes sense.
Hey, how do y'all feel about like people with all these food with the restaurants? Like if you look at these groups, like a lot of people, like I'm selling this, I'm making this. They making this shit from home, like with no food handlers license. And I'm like, man, I don't know. You might got roaches in your motherfucking house. Like I don't buy that. I don't know what you're doing at home. You know what I'm saying? I like to be, and I'm sure restaurants got bugs and all that shit too.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna spend my money at the restaurant.
It's one of those things, in my opinion, that it's a business and a hobby. It's a big difference. You know, I can support your business. I can't support your hobby, right? And how serious businesses. If you're a business and you call yourself a business, I'm gonna assume that you're gonna present and take yourself as a business. You know what I mean? You're gonna hold yourself to a certain standard, which is kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
If you do this shit as a hobby on the side type shit, or if you do it as like, you know, I don't know, if you do it just as just trying to make some extra money, I can't take you serious, and it's gonna make me question your shit.
Yeah.
And you as a person, if that makes any sense. And like what Adrian was talking about, he was talking about spending money and like people always asking for the hookup. I used to run tournaments, and that was my biggest thing I ran into. I'm running tournaments where I'm giving out thousands of dollars, but people are asking me to be like, man, can I just do 40 for this tournament? I know it's 75, or I know it's 50 for this tournament. Can I just do 25? But I'm like, man,
you can, but if you win, you getting half the money.
And that's the thing, we're gonna split this motherfucking part. But the thing is that they normally don't win. So again, you know, only one person wins that cash.
Yeah.
So then the money that I have to come up with at the end to pass out, I'm cutting into that profit.
Yeah.
So then it's like I can't do it, but then you don't want to tell them no, because them giving you 25 is better than them giving you zero, especially when you got to come up with $1,000 pot at the end. And then also, you know, when I do, you know, home remodels and shit like that, like sometimes I'm afraid to charge full price for shit because I don't want motherfuckers to be like, nigga, that's too much. And then they go somewhere else that's going to charge them the exact same thing or a little bit more than I would, but they're more comfortable because it has a business name behind it. Not that my work isn't as good or the quality isn't there.
My daughter has asked me 20 times maybe, when is your friend gonna come back with my trophy case? I don't know. I see him every week. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, we asked him. Black businesses, you know what I'm saying?
Losing money, nigga. Money is right there. They're right there just waving, nigga. That's a light bill just waving. That's a goddamn my kids' school list right there, just waving. Baby, hey kids, I'm gonna go build this goddamn trophy case so we can get some notebooks for you. But that's the thing, and I'm gonna come through, KK, on that. I really am. If you still need me, no, I just want to. And the thing is, I think that
don't believe it. Because listen, hold on. Let me tell you about Damien.
We're talking about
I think it's me because I'm family.
And that's all it is. So and I shouldn't treat you that way or whatever like that. But it's like, you know, we fuck with each other. I'm always gonna see you. I've gone to her house several times to do shit, and we just hung out and talked.
Didn't do nothing.
And I ain't seen her for 6 months after that. And like, you know, so I mean, it's just one of those things. So you can't really compare that to.
I'm not.
But you're right. Again, I have fault. I'm trying to figure this shit out myself, and I'm trying to, like you said, I'm it's a hobby. I'm trying to uphold myself as a business, so I gotta come through and get better.
So I have a comment for you.
Go ahead.
Frankie Brown says, know the value of your product. Don't be afraid to price your products competitively.
I have been told that several times, but again, there's no but to it. You're 100% right.
It's just harder when you're not established. Like, you want to hold to that, but at the same time, like you said, you start getting that something's better than nothing mentality. And it's hard to hold true to it when it's not going, well at things. So, I mean, I get it. I
have a situation to where it's like, I want to price you right because my work is valued. And I do good fucking work. But it's to the point to where it's like, I don't want them to say no. I don't want them to think I'm trying to hustle them, or, you know what I mean? And then it's like to the point to where some people respect that, and some people are like, man, that's kind of steep. And it's like, nigga, you go somewhere else, they're gonna charge you more. So it's just one of those things. So as black businesses, I mean, people that do support black businesses or any local business, y'all are fucking dope. That's really good of you. But you also have to understand that, there is an overhead in everything. And people's time cost. If you deal with someone who doesn't pay you for their time, don't deal with that person because their fucking time isn't valuable and their work is shitty. That's kind of how I look at that. And KK, I got you, man.
Yeah, man, I'm not asking for a discount. I pay whatever supplies, whatever you need me to get. I'm just every day I get tired of hearing that shit. I told you I asked him already, goddammit.
I'm getting KK's ass that.
See, Andrea, is it Andrea or Andrea?
We had that. We didn't know last week either way.
Andrea, when she said true, but don't get upset about a $25, $30 shirt. Again, that's fine. But I don't want to pay $30 for a shirt, then you tell me flip it inside out when you wash it. That ain't how shit go. You know what I'm saying? If I pay $30, I want to just wash the motherfucker like a regular shirt.
Like a regular $30 shirt should be washed.
Like I'm saying, that's the thing about the quality and the. That's $10, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear that shit 1-2 times. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spend $30 on shit. I'm only gonna do it one time.
I go City Trends get that
and
shit.
I can't get dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't get dirty. You know, like so that's.
It's just quality.
That's what it is with people with they, especially because everybody's selling shirts now.
And they'll overprice their shit because they feel like, oh, we're black business, so people will support us, and they're charging you $50 for something you can get elsewhere for $15. Yeah. And it's like, why are you charging me $50 for this shit, nigga? I can make this shit for $20.
You put a polo shirt on, yeah, but your shit say gliding on that motherfucker, and you want $30, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's just, and people are trying to come up quickly, and it's a hustle now. I don't think businesses, when it comes to local businesses, I think most of them are more hustles, hobbies that they turn into a hustle as far as an actual business that can be good. So I mean, don't get mad because we don't support every black business, and don't get mad because people aren't supporting your black business. At some point, you have to look at yourself and be like, what am I doing wrong?
And it's a lot of watered down. I mean, it's 10 people doing everything. You know what I'm saying? I can't buy 10 things at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the odds of you, chances of you like, I'm gonna do this one this time, I do this, that. I'm gonna go who what I like, you know what I'm saying? Then that's that.
That's
like,
it.
I'm not supporting every black business,
Don't
but I'm gonna
saturate the market. Yeah.
It is very saturated here. Like everybody cooking, everybody making fish plates, everybody got turkey legs now. Everybody, I'm like, God damn, man, do something else.
Yeah,
like you have to
find a niche and get into
you
that
have to
business.
know it's something else to sell out there.
Yeah. But again, that's part of a business. You have to find what part of the market you're on a corner, and you have to go into it and make your product
and hit it hard because do know somebody gonna copy that shit.
And we in San Antonio, and these motherfuckers here be working. Yeah. But that is the show, everybody. So again, thank y'all for watching. As we always do, we're gonna leave with some positive, good words. Let's start with the glorified guest we got, Adrian. He fucking might as well be a fucking cast member at this point. What do you have for everyone listening?
Positive this week.
Anything, some negative shit too. I like them both.
I had a good, clean week at the. I guess I'll call them casinos. They're card houses, but they run like casinos.
And that shit closed. I thought it was closed.
Poker. It was. They opened up just a few weeks ago, so I was able to finally start going back. Because that had sucked. That was one of the things. Like I was in Vegas when COVID started, and they closed down the Bellagio like while I'm at the fucking table. I was like,
shit.
Well, shit. All right. So I came back, and the local card house is closed. So between not being able to make my commission checks and play poker,
I
was sitting there for like 3-4 months, just like shit. These pockets are starting to hurt.
This date ain't what it used to be, nigga.
So had some good clean runs at the poker tables. So that was a good positive.
Which one do you go? Do you have like the membership as well?
Rounders or something?
I go to Rounders a lot. Rounders, SA Card House, and Alamo Card House. Those are the 3 that I frequent the most. There are a couple others, I think, but I don't tend to go to them because they're not.
You said this before. I remember I asked you if you knew one of my partners, Trevor. I asked you if you knew him, and you said you don't remember. You don't know of him.
I probably know faces before I'll know names.
I'll show them to you.
Because I kind of jokingly posted the picture of the mask, sunglasses, and hat and shit. So like, I'm
poker face solid.
Yeah, your poker face, had big ass headphones on. Like I don't talk to motherfuckers. I don't sit there and laugh and chuckle. I'm like, I'm here to get your fucking money.
That seems like a normal day for you. You don't seem like one of those guys that really just fuck around.
You gamble?
I don't have poker. No, I don't have the patience.
I've been to a casino one time. Fuck that. I lost like $200 in 3 minutes. I was like, you know what? No, sir. Oh, no. I would never come back to this shit. Like, took a bus trip. Where you at? I'm in the motherfucking room, man. I ain't got Hey, that
what game
did
you play, though? What game
I played poker, blackjack, and then I just got on like slot machine. I was like, this shit ain't for me, though.
Blackjack, if you play with a group of people and if y'all on the same page, y'all can run that table. If you
for real?
Yes.
I still ain't.
I
work too hard.
If they know what they're doing.
I won a lot of money on blackjack on accident. I helped this one guy win a lot of money. He ended up giving me $300 just because I was taking hits for him. So they would like
the break card, yeah.
Nigga, if we had a group of people that went out there, you can really fuck up Vegas, and I'll break that shit up really quick if you do it. But it was fun. I shoot dice. I don't have time for poker. I'm going all in 3 hands. I don't have patience for it.
Yes. Shit ain't for me.
Yeah. What positive word outside of playing poker do you have, KK, for everybody?
Well, me, since I'm an essential worker, I don't want to catch this shit. So, wear your mask, wash your hands, or stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home. It's not. Being
simple.
outside, it's too many people. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? Like, I go places like, why is there so many people here? Like, what the fuck are you doing at Ross? Like, what are you gonna do? Where you gonna go with this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, what are you doing in Ross?
I'm just saying, it's Ross is by my Chick-fil-A's. You know, like most Chick-fil-A's are in shopping centers. I'm like, man, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, parking lots just
full.
Like, this shit ain't gonna never go away, man.
Nah, it's not. It's something that's gonna be a part of life, man. You just gotta hopefully get it and outlive it, and then shit.
Is there something wrong with shopping at Ross though?
No, nigga, went through COVID, nigga.
Okay. I'm like, whoa. I see
no.
the parking lot. Them Rosses be lines outside.
Nigga, I be killing. I be going to Ross every time I see a Ross. I go in and look at the shoes. First place to go is look at the shoes. I get all kind of deals. I saw a fucking what's that nigga name for the Giants receiver, Odell Beckham, Odell Beckham jersey, like authentic. You used to post Jordans and shit you'd find inside that. You would find some gems inside a Ross.
I be telling them, hey, they got these Nikes in here.
They my size
7, 11. They be like, hold them, bomb now. No, sir.
They are
for
here.
what? So you can not show up
and not pay me my motherfucking money. They had remember when they had the Dion trainers in there for the longest?
Yep.
Nigga, oh man, they never had my size, but they had the Dion's for the longest. Bree, Oz.
The great and powerful.
What word you have for everybody listening?
First, I'm gonna say it's gonna be too damn hot this week, so stay at home.
Like 105 on Monday or some shit like that?
It's gonna be hot. People like me with asthma gonna stay inside in some AC. I don't even think I'm gonna go to work. No, but for real though, if you are a small business, promote, master your craft. Make sure that you have the tools, and if you don't have them, talk to somebody. Don't think that you got to do everything on your own. KK will support you.
You're going to lose before you win. You got to know that. So
yeah, it's a business, man.
But keep at it. We need it.
What she said, keep at a small business. Myself, work on your relationships. That's my biggest thing. Work on your relationships. I don't know, man. I hate to see people in bad situations and not doing anything about it. That's a big thing for me. So if you're out there in a situation and you aren't doing anything about it, figure it out. Have someone to talk to. Counsel yourself. Counsel with your friends. There's free counseling out there. Do something. Because I hate to see people in situations that they're not happy in. Life is too short. People are passing every day for you to be in a situation. What they say?
You see that comment?
What they say?
Andrea says, Adrian said he ain't supporting shit. He out.
She is hilarious. That shit was funny.
Oh, I love it.
I just looked down and saw that shit.
Nigga said she's out. But yeah, that's one thing. Andrea, she kind of fucked them whole spiel. But no, that's my biggest thing with that. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to everything else, man, I mean, just figure shit out, man. Small businesses, there's help for everybody. There's help for businesses, relationships, everything in life. If you find yourself in a relationship to where you feel like it's not going where you want it to go, I mean, have that conversation and get the fuck out. It's really only one or two options. But make sure you judge the situation for what it is. Everybody's different. Mm-hmm. So you can't judge one relationship based off of past relationships or other persons or of other people's advice. Kind of understand where you're at or where you're not at. And play it. You and that person are the only two that can really make that call, regardless what good or bad advice you got.
I'm glad you said that, because you know how people will put relationship goals and put famous couples.
Yeah, you're not them, nigga.
You're not. And look at what these motherfuckers going through. You know what I'm saying? Like you say relationship goals and you put Will and Jay, them niggas all fucked up. You know.
You don't know what's really going on. I mean,
be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't base nothing off nothing you see.
You can't. And like I said, you and that person know you and that person's situation better than anybody else. So if you can't actually talk to that person and take that person's advice, and figure out yourself or your situation without having them do what they do, then you just don't need to be in that situation at all. But that's it. That's all I got for you on our wrap up. Adrian just washed his hands, so that's good. He had to go pee real quick.
Did you hear the comment or no?
Yeah.
Read that comment again.
Yeah, read that shit as you was leaving. After KK said what he said, you walked off. What'd she say?
Andrea said, Adrian said he ain't support the shit. He out.
Fuck small businesses. And nigga left that though. But once again, man, that is the show. Once again, thank you for tuning in to us. We were on for another 2.5 hours maybe? Not too long. Not as long as most of them are.
Yeah.
But again, thanks for supporting us. We'll be back again Saturday. Saturdays, we're not changing it no goddamn more. 7, 8-ish. That's kind of where we're going to be on for us. So tune in next week. We'll see. We're out. Thanks for tuning. Peace.
All right, everybody. That was too funny.
She said it.
Adrian said, fuck that shit. I'm out.
I need to get her on a call for one of the shows.
She's hilarious.
She's actually funny as fuck. She's actually funny.
Fuck that answer for shit. I'm out.